Streaming. That's not the button I wanted to click. Oh my god. Um, I don't know what Adora's response doc is gonna be like. I don't know. All I know is we gotta wait until like next week to get it. Um, and I'm very curious about it. But I was gonna say summary of Radius doc. Um, I feel like that. Leave me alone. Ah, Akira. Yeah, that's that's so real. That is so real. Radius doc frustrated me in the way that it was written because it honestly that document did not need to be 92 pages, and I feel like the way Radius should have formatted the doc is put context around a screenshot, put the screenshot next. That's, I feel like, how any Google Doc basically should be formatted. The problem that I have with Radius document is that it's written by multiple people, and so there are sections of the document that are like these like screenshot analyses from like one of Radius' friends where it's trying to like therapy speak what's like going on in the screenshot. I don't need I feel like that stuff is very unnecessary. And it's very I genuinely feel like it hinders more than it does help because I now feel that you are trying to force me into a like thought process and mindset to better suit your agenda, and that's very manipulative in my mind for creating that document. um and so I was getting frustrated at the fact that like that was happening so often in the document, and like just the way that it was formatted in including these things of like saying, oh, this right here is a clear sign of abuse, and this is what this is a form of control, coercive control, and this is what Adora is doing, and you'll see this section here is love bombing. Like none of that, I think all of that should have been taken out. Those things are what the viewers of the document and people reading it should be able to, if that's being portrayed, people will see that. People will see that and recognize that. You don't need to put it in there. Um, and so that like all of that was starting to really like irk me about going through that document. And then Radio, like, understand why she did it, but like I don't know, it just it was an interesting choice in my opinion. I'm not an Egyptian bat, please. I'm just black and I like the colors blue and gold. But I definitely welcome in. Hope stream goes well. So I'll be in and out of stream. No worries, Jiro. No worries at all. Another problem was people were already making assumptions and attacking when we don't know all the content. Exactly. It sounds like Radio is terrible at formatting. Well, it's because it's like it's not like the formatting itself is like objectively bad. It's the way it's written and what they've included in it, because it wasn't Radia who wrote this document solely. And I feel like it should have been Radia solely writing this document, to be honest. I understand why she got the help from other people. Would it have been better if each person had a separate doc? I think so. I think so. Yes. That's a great question. I think each person should have had a separate document. I think Radia, I don't have any issue with somebody um gonna simp. Don't do that. Don't be weird. It's literally in my rules. I don't have anybody, or I don't have an issue with people using other, like, getting their friends to help them compile a document, because it is a lot of information and it is a lot to have to process and put into a document. I think my issue stems from the fact that it is other people writing what should be coming strictly from Radia. That's the issue that I have with it. Um, and I think that also clouds the like judgment I'd feel of what I should be taking as Adora is just a villain. It's clouding that, and um I'm very interested in seeing Adora's document and also the documents from other members of Project STEM, because I know Palm made a tweet yesterday. Hold on, I need to go ahead. I don't know why I haven't like started sharing my screen already, going over all of these things. Top of the morning to ya! Hi, Mr. Cool Dude. Welcome in. Maybe a folder with each statement as a separate doc in one place, and people tweeting their own doc might be a little schemy if that makes sense. That's. I wouldn't say that's schemy. Oh, gamer time. Let me find this tweet that Palm made. Give me just a sec. Here it is. And I don't know if any of the other members of Project Stim have made a tweet, but I do want to see if they have. Fenari. Fenari hasn't posted anything recently since August 5th. Damn, it's gonna be sucky for her to come back to this shit that's going on. And then who is the other? It's just Fenari, Palm, Adora, and Radia. I think it's just the four of them. Yeah, it's only them. Maybe it's because I'm thinking of how a group of people tried to canceling someone and one person released a doc each day for almost a week. Yeah, but like that happens often. Oh, Mr. Cool Dude, thank you for the follow. That happens often. And I don't feel like that's as I don't think that's as bad, if that makes sense. I feel like that happens often because that happened with the Cinder situation. It happened with the whole femboy drama situation that happened, where one person like released a doc and then the next day or a couple hours later somebody else released a doc. Like obviously they did work in tandem with one another, but it's all their own experiences and all their own thoughts in their own document, and that's what I want to see. And I think that's what's one of my biggest issues with the Radia doc is that you're not getting that specifically. You're getting the culmination of like three people's thoughts on this, and then like this only necessarily happened to one of these people, but you have somebody else in there who's giving these like therapy, psychoanalysis of things that Adora is doing that I feel it's so unnecessary in there. Let me go ahead and do the coin flip. I see. What about? I'm gonna get to that too because we didn't get to cover everything yesterday. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Monty. Here we go. The femboys, after one of them tweeted their doc, someone else who released it following, like, it'll be my turn tomorrow or something along those lines. Yeah. And, like, the femboys did work together. But, I mean, again, I feel like that happens anytime a doc is being put out, is that people will work with others who were affected by the person, and release their docs, like, all in the same span of time. I don't feel like it's necessarily Seriebot can flip coin. Yeah. You just do coin flip. I don't feel like it's necessarily like a bad thing there. So I don't have an issue with it. Is really my thing. I would much rather y'all work together and release documents all in like the same time frame than everybody, or even if you're going to have it in one document, have everybody have a separate section or a separate tab in that document. But having it all mixed together into one giant document is what I feel like I'm having the issue with. So let me go ahead and pull up my screen here so we can start diving into some shit. Here it is. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, there we go. Oh, Stickbug. I didn't notice the authors were all over the place. Yeah, and like they tried to have it to where hold on, I'm actually going to turn off some of my redeems because of this content I'm making now. They even have it in some spots where they're like, oh, if the text is this color, it's just this person talking, or if the text is this color, it's just this person talking. Each member makes 92-page docu. No. Drop good, absolutely zombie. You could just say what it is. I genuinely don't feel like you need to ask. I'll be so honest. Let me turn off these. We can keep on Maxwell, Queen's Care Package. Let me toggle this on and off. What? Why isn't this? How do I unpause this? Oh, interesting. I didn't realize you could pause specific redeems like this. Oh, I learned something new today. I learned something new on Twitch. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm fine with that one. We're gonna turn off that. This has a pretty long. We're gonna make it a 30-minute cooldown. How? Okay. Maxwell's got. Yeah, I'm sorry. Some of the redeems are a little too distracting that I wanted to turn off. I'm in like a long process of redoing my redeems. Unaware learning was possible. Shut the fuck up, October. I got a max rarity hammer. Nice. They color coded, but like you should say, probably you've made separate sections for each. Well, the thing is, they only color coded certain sections, but they have all of the text in black is like what's described as a combination of their like thoughts. They say the rest of the document is in black and is a collaborative work, which that's my issue, is I don't feel like it should have been. I feel like the black should be statements only from Radia, and then green or a different color should be the collaborative work parts. And so that's kind of my issue that I feel like with the document. So let me go ahead and pull this up. Yeah, here we go. I will say I did not read I forgot the color coding too. So I think there are parts that were just in Radia's like voice only that I did not read. So I do want to go through and read those. Just so I make sure I hear from the person I feel should have been strictly talking in this. Hey, Emily, what's on the menu? Drama. VTuber drama. Like, I don't want to say like always, but like very often. See, like this part where whenever Adora is continuing to talk to Minerva about things that Minerva's like, I don't want to know any more information. And Adora just keeps talking. One of the many situations where I feel like somebody should have just shut the fuck up. But, like Radia says here, Adora states she wants polite distance. She never even made that possible via action solely on her own accord and ensured her time was dedicated to brutally and systematically destroying my life. It was less than 48 hours later that she elected to dox me and provide my personal identifying information to an individual who prefers to remain anonymous. It's incredibly evident that Adora was and always has been lying about how she could move on. I had to get some VTubers on my timeline because of the VShojo mess. Not even a day later, they were like, why is there so much drama? Yes, the VTubing community is just so much drama, which, like, again, I can't stress this enough. 90% of the issues in this fucking community is just people don't know how to communicate to one another. That's really what it is people's communication skills are abysmal. Absolutely awful. I'll have it scrambled in with the bagel on the side. And then I think there's another section where Radia, I feel like they should have kept this between them and tried to work it out. I mean, that's what happened, and I understand why the document was made, because Radia tried, or it says, at least explains that she did try at the beginning. Hold on, let me go up to the top. Where is it at? Yeah, she says, like, she has a section of reason for putting out the doc. She said, prior to the creation of this doc, Adora was granted every courtesy possibly. She has been made fully aware of the damage she has caused and of the potential repercussions this would create. She was spoken to by a number of different individuals attempting to discourage her actions, including Radia herself. She had been granted every opportunity to speak, to explain herself, to reverse her decisions, and go on with her life unharmed with no consequences and nothing made public. and it culminated into a final call last week with a neutral third-party observer, which really wasn't neutral, I'll be honest, between Radia and Adora to attempt to find some way to right the wrongs with as minimal public damage to the career as possible. She made the decision each time this was offered to double down on her behavior towards Radia. She has further now begun to deny any of her actions, and they say that like this document is a last resort. And yeah, I understand that, and again, I also feel like this part, the act of compiling this document has made it evident that this is not a one-off vendetta. It's a pattern of abusive behavior that has been continued for years across multiple people. This is why I feel like the doc is fine to be put out. Like, I feel like it should be, is because if it is not a one-off vendetta and it is a pattern of abusive behavior, people should be aware of that. And people should be aware that this person has these unsavory behaviors that they have done time and time again. So if you are looking to get close to them or interact with them in whatever way or span, this is something you need to be aware of. That's why I feel like the document is fine to be put out. It isn't the first time I've seen Adora get called out for her behavior. So I didn't know Adora's been called out before. Do you have more information on that, Scar? Because I'm unaware of that. But this is why I feel like it's fine that the document is out, is because this wasn't a one-off thing. This is something that she's done time and time again. Multiple people have put their 2 cents into this. Some people putting out their own, like, statements basically on Adora and things like that, because this is a repeated pattern of hers. But where was I at? I was trying to read some of the blue parts. This is the like beef between Alicia, which I'm skipping past that, to be honest. This is the apparent love bombing, which this does not even read as love bombing at all. But that's that section. There's I want to see this, the requesting separation from artists, because it was around page like 70. Yeah, because she starts going into her medical issues, and I was like, I feel like this isn't really necessary to read. It was around this part that I was really just getting fed up and kind of stopped paying attention to what was in the document. Man, why did I go down the VTuber rabbit hole? It was a past manager that was exploiting people, and Adora was closely involved. But it was like 1 to 2 years ago. Oh. Noted. Interesting. Thank you for that information. Put some things into perspective. Let me read this requesting separation from artists, because this is a part that I wanted to read, but I was just too agitated last night and I had a headache and I didn't read it. But this is Radia specifically speaking. She says, in the weeks before departing for Anime North, I was asked by Adora to jump on a call with her to discuss a nagging matter. To preface this, the call was not recorded, and these are the only screenshots I can provide to A, proof that the call occurred during the date of May 5th, mere weeks before Anime North, and B, to show I attempted to provide her additional resources to aid her with obtaining other art pieces, from thumbnails to videos in her price range, and as that was a part of her central issue. Yeah, she says, are you able to take a call? Got something important to talk about that's been biting at me. And then they call for like 38 minutes here. Says, during the course of the call, I was asked if I could step back from commissioning a thumbnail artist we shared and still do, who goes by QB. Adora said that due to QB's workload delaying thumbnail delivery, if I would step back from QB, as she cannot handle both thumbnail workloads, and you, Radia, can afford an artist that is in a higher price range. At the time, I agreed without fighting because I had zero interest in making this a point of contention, and due to QB's workload, I was looking into other options. However, this continual assumption that because I have whatever amount of more money than Adora that I must step back shows a pattern of behavior. Hey, Dante! Understand, I am grateful for the artists Adora has shown me and shared with me, such as these people. Without one of them, I would not have a model. However, asking me to step back from an artist under the reasoning that I could afford an extra hit and that this was a small thing She was asking in return for showing me various artists as not behavior I believe most friends would engage in. In an effort to reciprocate that generosity, I provided artists for various purposes that were within a reasonable price range and hoped she would utilize them in the future. Through the conversation, she told me, I was afraid you were going to take this poorly, and I'm happy you understand. I tried my best to understand and exhibit compassion, but leveraging my higher earnings as an argument did not sit well with me. However, I complied as I always do. Okay, that's a section I wanted to read. Hey, Apollo, welcome in. I think it's a big VTuber syndrome where they all forget to act like regular people and act like dumb high school jocks or elite cheerleaders. Is that, I like the name for it, big VTuber syndrome? Because that's what I was saying before, as I was saying yesterday, is I feel like all big VTubers are shitty people. I'm not gonna lie. I really do. They just, all of them, I genuinely feel have skeletons in their closet that if at any point they have a falling out with any of their friends, somebody could just put a Google Doc out against them and completely destroy their career because they are bad people and like in the background. But it's my conspiracy theory on the VTubing community. But one thing that comes up a lot is, like, in this specifically, look at Cinder. She acted entirely like a high schooler throughout the entire thing. Also, look at Cinder. Nobody saw that shit coming because everybody was like, Cinder's so nice. How could this happen? Because she was a shitty person in the background. That's what I'm saying about all the bigger VTubers. Tommy! Hi! Welcome in! Welcome in! How are you? Oh, we're yapping about this drama right now. But that's how I feel about all the bigger VTubers, is that they all put on a face or a facade of being the super kind person because that's what Cinder did. That's what Adora's done. That's what I feel like. I know not all of them do that, but I feel like a good amount of them do that, is they make people believe that they are this very kind person, but behind the scenes, they're shitty. They are shitty. They do shitty things. And then people are surprised whenever this information comes out. But I don't know. It's just like a nagging feeling that I have about a lot of bigger VTubers, is that they are not, like, as good as people say. To that last comment, as a Clipper who talks a good amount of people in the community, there are things that I should know that I do. Yeah. Oh, I bet you do. I feel like you could low-key corroborate what I'm saying here. Is that a lot of these people who act very nice up front are not nice. They are not nice. But I'll leave it alone. Those were a couple of parts in the doc that I wanted to go over specifically. Overall, I am very much, Adora's a bad person. I wholeheartedly believe that. I think Adora has done very shitty things and should feel some repercussion. I do still want to see Adora's document because I genuinely believe that Radia has done some very questionable things too. And I talked about this yesterday whenever we went over like the full document, is that there are parts in here that I feel like start to shed light on some of the bad things that Radia has done too. One part that sticks out to me like very strongly in this, where like I feel the veil starts to crack of Radia being 100% innocent in this, is around this part whenever Adora now announces her hiatus. And her announcement of this like happens in June, and she says that my mental health has been in a very poor spot, meaning it is time to step back and work on the deeper problems I've been putting off so I can be a better person to those around me online and offline. That's all Adora says. And Radia takes that and puts out a statement to her community, and in her statement she says, she says, I'm sure there have been some relative curiosity into why I've not been present on Adora's stream, nor is she on mine. As outlined by her hiatus announcement, she's taking a period of mental and self-restoration spurred on by a negative mental space, which caused her to do and say things she regrets. This line, honestly, the entire statement here, I feel was so unnecessary, but this line specifically, I had a big issue with, because Adora never said that, and it gives the same vibe of because she then continues on saying, I won't be detailing actions. She says, this past month has left me deeply saddened by the circumstances and actions taken, while in the immediate and foreseeable future, I'll be continuing to embark on my own path in regard to my friendship with Adora. While we could grow to nurture that bond, the future is uncertain, but it's certain for now that it's best we move on our own paths. Adora never mentions Radia or anything about that in her hiatus announcement, but the fact that Radia took it upon herself to say things Adora did not say and start to basically spread these seeds of, oh, something's happening behind the scenes between the two of them, they're not friends anymore, like that rumor mill that starts, I think it sounds like Radia's definitely trying to spin a certain narrative. Exactly, that narrative and that rumor mill that's starting to like spark because of Radia, because of her actions here. This was like, I feel like one of the big points, like a big turning point in the document for me, at the like sign of I don't agree with Radia's actions, and there's probably other actions that she's done that I wouldn't agree with. I just don't know about them yet. Because Adora then pings her Discord server saying, like, that she chose the break on her own. Please don't, like, she's not going to speak on it further. Like, Adora was more professional about it than Radia, and messages Radia to say, do not speak on my behalf. You have no actual idea why I took this hiatus, because you have not been speaking with me for 2 weeks. This was correct on Adora's half. There was no reason for Radia to put out anything about Adora's hiatus. And then, oh my gosh, not the fucking Google sign-in jump scare. And then from that, this part pisses me off because Alicia should not have involved herself in this whatsoever. This was so unnecessary for her to insert herself into. And she even does make a tweet about the things that happened in the doc. She tweeted out this portion after the doc released, but to give y'all the context of what Alicia says in this scenario, she like makes this very aggressive tweet to her very large Discord server. I think, yeah, she has like 18,000 Discord members. She makes this post adding everyone and says, hey folks, I was made aware of a bullshit statement by Radia about Adora. I want to say it's bullshit. Adora is taking a break because her and I had an amazing heart-to-heart about life and growth. This doesn't involve Radia. Don't know why she's making it about herself. You all know I don't fuck with the Radia after she pressured you guys to donate to her and got mad that someone mentioned supporting me. Now this is just getting weird AF. Here is her random-ass statement she made in her community. Adora's completely fine. This was a decision she made after she had a heart-to-heart with me. Don't know why other mofos acting like weird. Anyways, Adora will be returning, of course. And like something about recording Logan solo. Like this upset me for like Alicia inserting herself into this situation for genuinely no reason. It was wholly between Adora and Radia. I feel like this was so unnecessary. And something else that I'm personally not a fan of too is the fact that Alicia then went and DM'd Radia and said, hey, Radia, wanted to keep it short and simple. I don't really feel comfortable being friends with you after the way you spoke to my community member on stream. I understand that you are who you are, and I respect that. So rather than asking for change, I'm going to quietly dip out. Whatever goes on between you and the others is y'all's business. I just have boundaries when it comes to my friendships and community that I wish to uphold. This is totally fine, but I feel like if you're going to have this energy in like this big post that you made to your Discord, keep that same energy in DMs, is my, like, other take on this. Is, like, you want to be very, like, it's blunt, but it's still respectful in DMs, but in front of 18,000 people, this is extremely aggressive. I did not read the blue part here, so I do want to read this. At the time of her Discord announcement, it was unknown to me how large her Discord community was. I'm a busy woman and not in the habit of occupying numerous Discords, so I never took it upon myself to look, let alone join. This public tweet was put out on July 31st, with her Discord statement being in early July. Suffice to say, golly, I swear I can speak. Her Discord at the time was 17,000 plus members strong. Putting forth such a statement was not only incredibly reckless, but also willingly engaging in behavior that could endanger my safety. With such a large and dedicated audience who trusts you as creator, engaging in this behavior is irresponsible to the highest degree, which I fully agree with that. It truly feels like some people are stuck in high school forever. Some guy, have you ever heard of the song High School Never Ends? Because, yes, correct. Correct is what I will say to that. She then continues saying, Alicia's statement is incredibly false, is an incredibly false representation of the situation that did occur on the day of the Project STEM debut, and a full-on lie about pressuring her community to donate to me. I will fully admit that I did eventually become short with one of her community members that I decided to pop into my chat, who was only identifiable as a supposed community member by them referencing a rat queen, after they had repeated the same message 5 to 6 times, after being told politely the first time it was not a problem they couldn't sub, as the content is inherently free, but this individual took it upon themselves to keep proclaiming over and over, despite assurance that it did not matter, that they were sorry they couldn't sub as they gave all their money to the rat queen. That song sounds horrifying. Hold on, let me cue it up. Let me cue it up on the playlist. High school, never ends. Here we go. Let me add that. Add it to the queue. So that'll play next. Hi, Kobold, welcome in. Sounds like a member of Alicia's community. Yes, that's the other thing, is like, this was over some stupid person in Alicia's community, which I feel like, I don't know why this drama always starting when I'm editing. You know, it's just stuff to have on in the background. You know, you get to listen to everybody's problems that could have been solved if they could just properly communicate as an adult while you're editing. Found the name of the manager. Docs, but I can't find the connection to Adora, and said manager's actions aside. I know when I saw it, but I take this with a grain of salt. Oh, okay, that's fine. This continues saying, in the past, Alicia was kind enough to pay for 2 video edits for both me and Adora from my now former editor, Gobson, for which I was immensely grateful for that gesture and expressed my appreciation. To reiterate a certain earlier accusation of pressuring her community to donate to me, I had not had Alicia on my stream for more than a handful of times, and I had made it to a point to not overly involve myself in becoming a mainstay on hers. At no point did I request her community to do anything for me. At no point did I request anything from other than the thumbnail tips that she did graciously offer, as well as an edit for one of my videos, which she is credited as the thumbnail creator in the description, and for which I appreciate and still do despite the attack on my person. I made it a purpose to not overly involve myself in a deep friendship with Alicia after seeing how heavily it was something Adora was pursuing and desperately herald as a fantastic new addition to her life. I historically know better than to get into the way of what Adora wants, be it people or anything else. Okay, that statement's fine. That's, again, and I will say, so Alicia did quote tweet Radia's document and says, wait, so you're getting mad at one chat message saying, sorry, I subbed to you, but I gifted to the rat queen. You literally said, do you think I feel sorry for you? The chatter said that this in the context of you saying how you love when the community supports your friends. Oh, excuse me. Bro had the perfect context to say that, and you still shit on him out of jealousy. No one convinced me to turn on you or anything dramatic. It was literally me thinking that gross-ass behavior, and I don't want to be around that. Also, for the Discord announcement part, Adora was taking a hiatus after her and I had an amazing heart-to-heart with 4 other friends. Someone else, Palm, screenshotted your Discord server post and was confused because I told my community that I talked to Adora. So I clarified it with my community because there's no reason for you to lie, but you did. So I just corrected it to what actually happened. It ain't that deep, bro. Don't lie, and then I don't have to correct anything. It's that simple. TLDR, you are moving weird in my community about money. You lied about someone's hiatus reasoning, so I corrected what actually happened. Also, she cut out her response. She acknowledged and said that's understandable. LMAO, so you knew it was wrong when you shat on my community member. So this was Alicia's message. Radia responds to it, saying that this is entirely understandable and I respect that. Alicia said, wishing you all the best. I will be removing you from the Kirby server. Wanted to let you know directly rather than being shady about it. Which Radia says, I appreciate that. Thank you for your directness on the matter. And she just sends a thumbs up. I genuinely feel like Alicia is, I understand why she like made this post. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think she says that like she just clarified to her community. This is a very aggressive announcement. I don't feel like it's even questionable to think that this isn't an aggressive announcement that's going to get Radia, that's going to get people from your community going to like hate on Radia. I don't know, maybe I'm too sensitive. I like genuinely don't know. This just, it feels very aggressive. And so I just don't think that Alicia personally should have done all of this. And then there's some, it makes sense. Yeah. Laserpig ends up responding. They say if someone came into your live stream and said, I'd give you money, but I already gave it to the pig 7 times, you probably banned that person too. I know because I've seen you do it. Which Alicia responds saying, I don't know you, LOL, you aren't my friend. So yeah, little bro, but my community knows I get hyped for my friends. When one of my top gifters gave 20 to Key and mentioned it in my chat, I said, yo, go crazy. Which Laserpig responds, oh, hold on, a statement in the heat of the moment kind of energy. I don't even know. I guess. I just, like, totally, in my opinion, I just feel like it wasn't a necessary statement to make at all. I don't think there was any reason for Alicia to even be, like, clearing up a lie. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know there's drama until I saw your tweet notification. Oh yeah. There's sorry to pull you into all of this. It's a lot too. I mean, this Google Doc is 92 pages. With the Hellhound drama a while back, I felt backstabbed, especially with all the clips I made. With the mouse situation that happened weeks ago, I was distraught, especially because I'm someone who donates blood and plasma. With this, I feel torn on how to respond because even though it's not personal to me, it's more close to home. Can people just stop being shitty? Like, is that really too much to ask? Can people just stop being shitty? Like, it's so unnecessary. Just communicate. Communication is all could resolve all of these problems. Like, be honest, be thorough, profits. That's it. I don't know. Unfortunately, apparently, yes, it is that hard because time and time again, we have statements coming out. First rule to any source, communication is key. Exactly. Tommy, you get it. Oh, but back to this. Alicia responds saying this. Laserpig said, what you just said makes no sense. Let me repeat in a simpler language for you. The user being mentioned posted they were donating to another streamer on Radia stream 7 times. They were clearly trying to get a rise out of her, and sadly it worked. Alicia said, yikes, show the clip, because it was said once. Come on, man, lock in. You clearly didn't even see the VOD. And Laserpig says, so you haven't seen it either, so let me get this straight. We're talking about Adora bullying Radia to the point where they almost self-deleted, and you're more concerned with the actions of a random troll that you don't even know if it even happened or not. I can't believe another doctor has caused problems for VTubers. Hi, small snail mail. I see 18 response to this. I don't know if I think Alicia just stops responding here. I'll be so honest, especially because another doctor. I do watch Alicia, but I'm not the hugest fan of hers. I'm only there for the One Piece reacts, but she has done and said dumb things in the past, and I hate that aspect of her and her community having the follow your leader into hell queen mentality. That's another thing. Again, I haven't watched Alicia's content. I'll be completely honest. I don't know the kind of content that she makes. Me and her are mutuals on Twitter right now. I would hope to like be able to interact with her more to get a better idea. So this is really like the only things I've seen of Alicia so far, and I don't agree with like a lot of the things that are said here. And also a very easy solution to this, because if they banned that member that, and honestly, you know, Radia is a bigger streamer, this would be a lot harder to do. But if Radia banned this member of like that was like spamming this, you could go into your Twitch moderation tools and look at the list of banned people, of like people you've banned, and whenever you click on their name, it opens up a text log of all the messages that this person has sent. So if they banned that person, they could go back and look and prove how many times, if they only said it once, or if they said it 6 or 7 times, like Radius claiming. This could be proved. Just a random like note there, but it could be proved if they banned them. Because that stays in your Twitch moderation logs forever. You can do that with anyone too, as long as they're in chat. Yeah, if they remember the chatter's name, if the chatter ever came back, or if they banned the chatter, you can go back and see. True, up to a certain point, if there happens to be so many other people banned in front of that person, finding the logs is impossible to find. But if it doesn't get to that point, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're, because Radia is a bigger streamer, there's probably a lot of people that she has banned, but you could scroll down through that list around the time, because like whenever you click on any one of them, it'll show the timestamp for the message. You could find pretty, I think it would take like an hour max, but you could find that information. But this is, again, if that chatter was banned. If I was a streamer, I'd ban Jay from my chat just in case. What the hell did I do? I think Alicia has banned too many people, as she bans that. Well, that's the thing. This wouldn't be on Alicia's side. This would be on Radia's side. I don't know how many people Radia has banned, but this was something that happened in Radia's chat. Real? Just get that kind of vibe, you know? Oh my gosh. I'm in shambles. I'm in shambles. This is so fucked up. For Radia IDK. That's what I'm saying is like, again, I don't know how many people you've banned. It might be a lot of work. It might be a very long list you like have to go through, but it could be done is what I'm saying. Can't have those femboys running around. Oh, Montoma, don't piss me off. Too cute to ban? Oh, thank you. No, I always, super unrelated to anything like happening or going on here. I always wonder, like, be careful with that femboy statement. I know some of it. Listen, chat's been trying to turn me into a femboy ever since I covered all the femboy drama that happened. Jay's too cool to ban. Thanks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Do I have my sunglasses? Yeah, I'm too cool to ban. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Jay's the best film. No, Nick, you ruined it. I've taken the sunglasses off now. Why would you do this? I'd grab any femboy by their stupid haircut and slam them onto the ground like a deformed Spartan baby? Good God.
Jesus
Jesus, that was Small Snail Mail that said that.
all that against femboys.
Bro, what the hell? Hey, Jason, welcome in. Bro, you got my husband. He said, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I feel like Alicia's entire part in this is unnecessary in conclusion. I support Small in all their endeavor. That's crazy, babe. That's crazy. What did I just lock back into? Don't worry about it, Apollo. Don't worry about it. So that was something that Alicia like said too. I don't know. For me, I just feel like she should not have been involved in that, and like how deeply she involved herself in this, I feel was so unnecessary. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I've been using deformed Spartan babies as a reference point for how I deal with problems a lot recently. It's a good throwing off point. I had you in the background while playing League and hear about Spartan baby. Yeah, that's why. That's why. Fuck, what was I? Okay, so that's I'm gonna skip on past Alicia in all of this. Angel Bites, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Because again, y'all know my stance on that. I just feel like it was very unnecessary. I did not read. I did not read the closing statement that. I read the conclusion because I thought that was going to be the closing statement. This is my first time here, and I already love it. Oh my god, thanks! No one expects the Spartan baby curveball. I'm so sorry that this is your first time here, and I'm about to tell you that ads are coming in like 3 minutes. So just a heads up, if you're not subscribed, the ad break is about to hit. So there's that. Knowing stuff I shouldn't. If I ever said a peep, they would be blacklisted from entertainment industry as a whole because that's how powerful those connections can really be. Yes. Oh, absolutely. I'm not surprised about that in the least bit. But that's the thing though, is like people have in the background for these larger like creators, there's things going on. I get to see the furry model. Yeah, I was like, I want to be furry today. I haven't been furry in a while. I realized that my Switch models redeem was like paused. I have like a lot of redeems that are paused right now. I don't know how that happened, but I have to go through and like unpause some of them. But welcome in, Princess. How are you? How's it going? Damn, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, that's what I was saying about these bigger VTubers. Is like they have in like the background. Oh, Gerald, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. They have in like the background going on things so crazy that like that it's so powerful, the information that they have because of like things that they've done, that it could get them just completely blacklisted if stuff like that came out. And that's how I feel what happened in the Cinder situation. I'm good. How about you? I'm doing good. Oh yeah, I spin every time I get a follow. That's something a little fun. Can I get a recap on what we're chatting about? We are talking about the Radioactive's document that she put out against Adora Bunny yesterday, and everything surrounding this is kind of what's going on right now. Boop your snoot. I left the ADHD brain cell of yours. Yeah. Thank you for the boop. But like that's my issue with this. This happened yesterday. I still didn't know it. Now, yeah, oh yeah, this was 3:20 p.m. yesterday, and several people have like put their 2 cents into this. This has a bunch of quote tweets. God, please don't let there be anything crazy in these. Okay, several people have like put their 2 cents and put like information that they have had about Adora out. Konotomo put out a thing because he was mentioned in the document. And he like apologized to Radio about that. So much, yeah, so much. Sylvie here puts out a like thread, which I haven't got to this yet, but Sylvie actually has a document out against him. Like there's a document out against him that I want to go over as well. Oh, there's that ad break. I'm so sorry. Knowing Twitter have that black screen ready because you do not want to give it. Yes, yeah. So I was like, so please don't have anything crazy. Yeah, this is so accurate. But yeah, there's so much that's like been going on around this entire situation basically that I'm very I don't know, it just solidifies my belief. It solidifies my belief that a lot of these big VTubers are bad people in the background. But I will get to see, I read the conclusion here, which I thought was the ending statement from Radia, but then it said ending statement from Radia. This is what I did not read, and I want to read this after the ad break ends. Also, Goal, hello. How's it going? Welcome in, or welcome back in. I just it's so messy, and like this entire situation is just so messy. And so it is also going to be a matter of waiting for Adora to put together. Oh, it's refreshing. Waiting for Adora to put together and release her statement on this. because I feel like people have already kind of like made up their minds about this, and I won't lie, I've kind of made up my mind too, that like Adora is not a good person, but I also do believe there are things that Radia's like kind of left out that I want to see in Adora's document. So there is that. Skeletons came out to say hi at this point. Oh, yeah. Furries, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How's it going? All right. Ads are going on for another minute. And then once those end, I will go through this ending statement from Radia. Back from the ads. Welcome back. Welcome back. They're still going on for another 30 seconds. On my side, it says. So I'm just waiting for those to wrap up. And then, I want to read through this ending statement and go over some of the other things that have been said. I got lucky then. Yeah. Nice. Very nice. Oh, man. Have you hit partner yet, princess? I feel like what the fuck? I thought I was following you. Oh, damn. I'm airing your shit out here. I'm going to your page right now. Oh, no, you haven't yet? Okay. Soon. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on blast there. Have to wait until September 11th to apply. Oh, okay. I was like, you're at the numbers, so why has it not happened yet? Welcome back from the ads. And then next VTuber drama with Princess. No, not you too, please. I'm begging. Listen, if a document is put out against you, I will be covering it on my stream. I'm not. I've told people, listen, if y'all put out a doc against me, make sure you send it to me before I start stream so I can cover it. I'm free from 9 ads. Welcome back. I did want to go over the ending statement from Radia, because I feel like that should have been the conclusion, which is the part that I did read yesterday. I got finished through the conclusion, and then I saw this, and I was like, God damn it. I just ended stream, because, I was just so agitated. You'd think, but I gotta wait for, like, 2 months to get the requirements to apply, because some of it is time-based. Oh, yeah! Oh, my lord, I need you to cover it! I forget, you have to, like, be at the numbers for, like, 2 months or something before it gives you the application, I think. Like, a month or two. Yeah, like, 2 months, yeah. But this is the ending statement from Radia for this entire doc. If I'm doing some dumb shit, you best be calling me out. I got you. See, and that's the other thing, is that I'm not afraid to tell people, hey, you're doing some fuck shit right now. Like, get it together. I feel like a lot of people are really scared to do that, but like, if I'm doing fuck shit, call me out. Like, even whenever I'm covering documents, like, if I'm getting something wrong, or y'all think I'm having like a wrong take on something, tell me, because I want to hear other sides. I want to make sure that I'm like still, locked in like what's going on. Hold each other accountable and grow. Yes. Let's be better people if we're fucking up. Exactly. Like, if you're doing wrong, or if I'm doing wrong, say something. My issue is whenever people don't say something. So with severe mental and personality disorders, I'm always telling my friends and community, please call me out on shit so I can stop the spiral. Exactly. Like, I won't know. Most of the time, I can only assume most people don't know if they're fucking up if nobody says something. And I feel like that happens a lot with, like, well, some people do know they're doing bad. They're just saying how long they can get away with it. And I feel like for sex pests in the community, that's what happened. There was one a while ago. His name was like Tyga. There are so many Tygas in the community, but like, he was a just horrid sex pest, but everybody basically let the shit that he was doing slide because he was a big VTuber. And they probably wanted some clout, or they were afraid of repercussions from him. But like, you have to call these people out. You have to say something. You have to like let them know, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, or hey, I think this is a problem that this has gone on for so long. But damn, I don't flung my fucking hair tie because I'm losing it over here. Hey, Anya, welcome man, there's too many tigers and I don't know which one you're talking about. Exactly. Yeah, stop letting people get away with shit because they're big. Yes. That 100%. People get away with so much. And I feel this, and that's why I go back to it every time I go back to it. I feel like big VTubers are bad people, but they're allowed to get away with it for so long because they're so big. Case in point, that Tyga Sex Pest that got canceled forever ago. Case in point, I feel like Cinder had been showing, Cinder with an S, by the way, because there's a Cinder with a C that hangs out in here. We're not talking about him. We're talking about the Hellhound Cinder. I feel like she showed signs of being a very mean girl, being a bully, and being a shitty person way before that document came out, but she got away with it because, one, she's a bigger VTuber, and two, the other bigger VTubers around her saw this, but it didn't impact them yet, so they let it slide. That's the other thing, is like, just because it does not affect you doesn't mean we should be letting this slide. People always think bigger equals more morals. For some reason, I don't understand that. So much, people get away with so much shit until someone finally says something and becomes uncovered. There's a huge pattern that's been going on forever. Yes, I refer to her as the Hellhound. That's a good. I should just. I like just. I say her name because I don't know. I get people in here that like don't know VTubers at all. So I'll say Cinder the Hellhound, or I'll just say Hellhound. That's a good reference for her though. But again, I like. People let people get away with that because they are big. And like, I don't understand the thought of, oh, because this person is bigger, there's more morals. Because on a bigger scale, outside of the VTubing community, in like America, and I think generally worldwide, people have this thought of this person is rich because they earned it. This person is rich because they are smarter and they are better and they have better ideas that got them rich. And so they know what's best and they are a good person because they're rich. I think the exact opposite. I feel like and when I say rich, I'm talking about eat the rich type rich, like the billionaires. They are rich because they are bad people, in fact. They are rich because they undermined and stole from other people. They are not rich because they earned it. I don't believe that at all. And I feel like most of them are stupid. They are not smarter. They are not smarter at all because they're so detached from reality. For the CEOs and other rich people I know, it's not the hard work, it's stupid luck and taking advantage of people. Exactly that. Also, hey, Hornsby, how's it going? It's also people who don't want to say anything because they haven't even processed it as trauma, fear of harassment, and the ever-present feeling that if you say something, you're disrupting the status quo. Yes. Especially, I want to say especially the second one. I want to say especially the second and third one. The first one is a factor too, but I don't feel it as strongly as the second and third. I for sure the fear of harassment, because these people have big audiences and most of the time their big audiences are cult-like followings. So even if their Oshi does bad, they're still going to defend them tooth and nail. And you don't want to be disrupting the status quo because that's just frowned upon. That's all it is. You don't pay less taxes without knowing what to take advantage of. Yes. It's hard. Yeah, it's hard to be good and rich. I genuinely don't believe any rich person is a good person. I think as people have power and money, a lot of people will let them do whatever, and morally corrupt behavior is prominent or is promoted more because of that very hard. I think for some people to stay true to themselves, or maybe that is their true selves. Yes. Princess, you are spot on the money. You are spot on the money with that. Is that whenever people do get the money and the power, whenever people do get the power, people around them no longer would hold them accountable, because at the end of the day, if you're around money, you could get money if you yes man them. That's the like mentality, the mindset behind it that I just don't agree with. And that's why people end up choosing money over their morals, which I've yapped about a lot with these bigger VTubers because a lot of them do it. But anyways, let me digress. Let me digress from this. It's been proven that the reason rich people do so well is because they have safety nets, parents, money, hedge funds, so they're able to take more risk per se. Oh, absolutely, 100%. A lot of why streamers, not VTubers, don't hit partner or get famous. They don't have the mindset to climb over other creators while calling them a friend. That Angel Bites. That is exactly what I'm trying to build my platform on. I want to make it like, I want to reach partner and show people you don't have to climb over other creators and you don't have to be a shitty person and do shitty and shady things behind the scenes. You can be very honest to yourself, to your community, stick with your morals, stick with your guns, and make it to the top. That right there is the like ground foundation of why I want to hit partner so bad. Obviously, there are other reasons streamers want to hit partner. Let me not act like there aren't other reasons besides that. But that is one of my biggest reasons I want to hit partner is I want to show people you don't have to be a shitty person. You can make it big without stepping on other people, without doing the shady, slimy shit and having skeletons in your closet. Also, hi, Lazy. Yeah, hi, Lazy. Welcome in. How's it going? I'm ranting now. Y'all done got me fired up. I'm fired up. But I feel that wholeheartedly. And so that's just one of the things I'm working on myself. But anyways, I want to read you this ending statement from Radia that like closes off this big document here. Oh, excuse me. I feel like I've gotten so much success recently because of how much I encourage everyone to support each other. I'm proud of my community, so kind to one another. Oh, I would have never thought, honestly, you could grow this fast without doing random morally corrupt content. Yes, I love that. I love that for you. Sorry, I don't want to get partnered if my friends aren't partnered first. No, Matawa, you gotta get partnered too. It's whichever one of us gets partnered first, we just celebrate and then get the rest to partner. That's the strategy there. That's the strategy. Don't wait on somebody else. We're all reaching for it. But no, Princess, I love that for you. And I'm so excited that like whenever you are able to apply for partner, like you're gonna get it. To your point about morals, just yesterday, someone commented about me only posting a model debut because my CCV is low, not knowing that I have self-imposed rules on myself, where unless I have or unless I post that specific debut, I don't allow myself to post clips of them, just so there isn't their comment like, when did this model come out? Also, this keeps me in check, so I'm not extremely lazy. That's fuck yeah. It's not if it's a win because I believe so much. Yes, of course. Let me read the statement. I've said I'm gonna read the statement like 6 times and I haven't. Let me read the ending statement and then I can yap more. So this is Radia's ending statement of her document. She says, "This is not the sole time I've been treated poorly by Adora. In fact, our entire relationship is littered with her abuse of me for years, degrading me, framing me in negative light to those near her, as she had near infinite time to spend around them, while I, a readily employed individual with a very busy life, could not be online or around as often." We're going to come back to this. We're going to come back to this line. I'm letting y'all know that right now, because this is a very inappropriate line. We're coming back to that. When I state I'm incredibly busy, it's not an understatement. I am someone who's on top of content, maintains a professional full-time corporate job, volunteers within my community and workspace. I mentor a young soon-to-be graduate each quarter to give them insight into the engineering space, manage a household, and up until relatively recently was serving as a guardian and fiscal support system for a young chronically ill adult going to university. With my obligations limiting my exposure to me, Adora was skillfully able to amplify a minor situation, questions, or small issues for years, painting them to encapsulate all of my personalities to various parties. She gaslit me continually, manipulated my own family to unknowingly continue her abuse by proxy, and contributed to a state of severe exhaustion and stress within one of my few social spaces that is not directly work or volunteer work related. Quite frankly, the realities of my personal and professional life are of zero concerns to Adora. This is very ironic that you said this. I keep my details that are public under my real name incredibly scant and even more limited when speaking in the social media space for the exact reason we see here. Adora has a historic issue with freely sharing personal information of others with non-involved parties. Early on in my friendship, I noticed that behavior was and was even warned that she has a very loose set of lips. This flippant disregard for personally identifiable information is not only willingly negligent, but also callous in nature. Doxing me is not a matter to LOL about Adora. You provided my personal identifying information without my explicit consent to try and prove your own deep neuroses created through your historical actions of being an untrustworthy confidant, which has only been reinforced to me by various outside parties in the VTuber space. This air of caution extended to any of your close company by sheer proxy. The actions you engaged in were reckless in nature with disregard to any risk, and you are fully hoping that revealing my personal information would be used to harm me. You threatened my safety, you harassed and intimidated me, and throughout your own willful, reckless action, you made me the target of undue attention and further abuse. Bully is too light of a word. You are a coward, one of the highest order, a duplicitous snake who takes pleasure in undermining others for your own personal gain. I hate them using these big words. I'm fucking stupid. Stop using big words. I don't know what these mean. The only kindness you will find from me is belief in redemption, but for you to achieve redemption in any capacity, there must be condemnation for your actions. Far too long have many suffered in silence out of sheer fear that you would further destroy their lives, their professional careers, and their dignity. We would like to be free to live without fear. I would like to live without fear. Your promises mean nothing. You eliminated anyone who previously served as a force to perform checks and balances on your behavior. I highly doubt your next enforcer will last long either before you cut the rope. That being said, I fully believe in providing people a chance to improve, but I've exhausted every option beyond full unbearable silence to continue the long line of content corpses that hold your sins. Silence is not acceptable. There is no bearing the hatch. You ensured that with your own actions long ago. I sincerely wish that you could ruminate on your behaviors, halt your continual crusade in painting your friends as morally corrupt targets to be taken down, and become a better version of yourself. I hope that amidst all of that, you have friends who will support you and help oversee the regulation of your more malicious behaviors. I do not wish for you to be alone as you selfishly wish for me. I do not wish for you to lose your community, your livelihood, or your dignity. My genuine hope is that you take a look in the mirror and recognize what stands there. May you treat those that remain with kindness. I certainly will not be amongst them. Not now, not ever again. Goodbye, Adora. May this be our last encounter. Duplicitous means two-faced. Thank you, Tyr. I appreciate it. Even though it's 2 months late, I still keep my problem. Oh my gosh. My brain is too small. Stop making me smart. It was a lot to read. I'm grabbing my water now. Now, going back to the parts that I feel are Radia doing the exact same thing that Adora has done in a different way. This right here, she had near infinite time to spend around them while I, a readily employed individual with a very busy life, could not be online or around as often. Radia often in this document talks about how Adora believes that Radia, because, Dan, you were rated. Radia states in this document several times about Adora saying that, oh, Radia has more money so she can do XYZ thing. I feel like Radia does it in the same way to Adora, where Radia says, oh, Adora has so much time where I'm so busy. You don't know Adora's life, and it's very unfair for you to just assume she is just spending all day, all this time, talking about you, doing all these things online, directed at you, when Adora has other things she has going on in her life. I promise you it's not just all dedicated to you. You just don't have the full picture painted there in the same way that Adora doesn't have your full financial picture painted. Y'all are doing the exact same things to one another. And that's why I feel that even though Adora is very much in the wrong here, I think Radia is also in the wrong in several spots. Do they abuse each other? Are they going to blame each other? That's why we have lives, you know. Exactly. And this is the second time in this document that Radia talks about how, oh, Adora just spends all day online. So because I'm a very busy person, I can't combat what Adora says. Radia says that multiple times. You're doing the exact same thing back, but just in a different font. That's what's happening there. So that's why I feel, oh, Spirit Wolf, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. That's why I feel very strongly that whatchamacallit, that Radia also has bad things that she has done. Digital abuse isn't a thing, but both could be bad people. That's what I'm thinking. I think both are bad people. I think, and I made this comparison yesterday, how, like, both Democrats and Republicans fucking suck. But I feel like, personally, one is significantly worse than the other. I feel that way with Radia and Adora. Adora is significantly worse, but Radia is not good either. How are you and what are we talking about? Well, hello. We are covering Radioactive's document on Adora Bunny. Honestly, cancel both of them. Well, that's why I do want to see Adora's response. And even like Palm made this statement. She says, I woke up to a 92-page cancellation doc from Radia, and it took me a while to get through everything. I'm not looking to defend Adora here. However, the implication that I was somehow manipulated to confront Radia and remove her from the group is patently false. Also, going through the document, it is clear that many events described between Radia and the members of STEM were massively mischaracterized and an attack on her character. I will provide more information and proof when I can. However, since I'm going away on vacation tomorrow, it'll unfortunately have to wait until I get back. So that's something that she said. She even responded to this saying that she was frustrated getting dragged into something that should have been kept private and having people speak for me when what they say on my behalf isn't true. But she did say that she undid that retweet. But that's why I want to see the other sides of this. I want to see other talking points. Adora's, Palm's, no, I mean, she probably had this vacation plan. It's not like a convenient thing. It's actually extremely inconvenient for Palm because she now has to think about this, shit going on while she's about to go on vacation. That fucking sucks. Both things can be bad, but one is better to deal with. Yes, exactly. It's bad that I feel more comfortable expressing how I feel in a chat like yours, where virtually no one would know. I would watch you versus tweeting on Twitter. Hey, you're so fine. You're so fine with that. I have no issues whatsoever. I'm glad I have you feeling comfortable here. It's nice to know that. It's nice to know that. Yeah, but this is why I want to, like, see other parts. I want to know Palm's statement. I obviously want to know Adora's statement. Going back over some of the other people that have come out against Adora, Hera Kitty had mentioned that anytime Sharma has to start at the same time me trying to raise awareness of this go for me. I've been trying to share on Twitter. Yep. Kind of happens. It happens like that. Oh, this GoFundMe. Damn, I'm so sorry. I would wait to share it until some of this dies down if you can, because everybody is very preoccupied with this right now. It's very unfortunate timing. Like, it's unfortunate timing for Palm on her vacation. It is unfortunate timing for your GoFundMe. But this creator says, like, if a larger creator DM'd me for a game of collab, Adora would DM me. That was me, letting me know I was nothing and couldn't do anything myself. Adora was warned time and time again that her behavior was unacceptable by people who truly cared for her. People excused her behavior for so long for fear of retaliation. Just like I think Anya had brought up earlier, it's always there. The numbers game does win an extreme scare for all of us small fries. I've spent quite a few nights of NVCs with my closest friends crying because of her. I'm sorry for all who have been hurt. So this is just another person that came up with that, and they say that the fear of retaliation because Adora's a bigger creator. But that's why this isn't like this one-off thing. We went over Konotomo's response yesterday. Annie Markey had a statement in the document. All of the pages are refreshing because I didn't refresh them since yesterday. They have a statement within the document, and I think they're Minerva in there whenever whenever Adora's like, oh yeah, me and Radia have this falling out, and they're like, I don't want to know anything, and Adora just keeps fucking talking. Tommy made a post saying, looking through the document now, and as someone who has personal experiences with Adora, it's unfortunately not surprising this kind of stuff is in there. She'd keep a lot of stuff to VCs, and has said things about people, a good amount of people. and they could even add their own experiences. Pin Bun said, I remember how I said it kind of felt like there's a mid/larger tiered VTuber that was quietly talking shit about people behind the scenes and ruining opportunities/friendships for people in response to the document, implying that to be Adora. And then this one, Sylvie Spark put out a thread against about their experiences. They say, I can open up about my experience with Adora. But before we go through this thread, Sylvie Spark has a document out against them. And it's this person, Cobra Overdrive, said, I never thought I'd have to share on Twitter a doc calling out someone's awful behavior, but I'm doing this as I believe it is the right thing to do. Please read the doc attached detailing Sylvie Spark's awful behavior. Yeah, Sylvie is controversial by himself. That's what I thought. And so I wanted to go through this. This is a 16-page document, so it's quite literally nothing on Radius. So we should be able to go through this not too bad pretty quickly. And I can actually zoom in on this one. But I wanted to go through this before I went into Sylvie's thread, just so we had the background of kind of who Sylvie is themselves. And so they have an intro here. They say, my name is Cobra Overdrive. I'm writing this doc with the intention to support others' claims of harassment and general reprehensible behavior from Sylvie Spark. For this, I talked with a variety of people who have seen the worst aspects of his repeated behavior and suffered because of it, putting their experiences into this document in the most unbiased way possible. I wish I could share more experiences that you'll find in this document, personal and of other people who have been hurt by him, but as I'm respecting people's wish to not get involved, I shall refrain from doing so. The Adora doc is released. What? Bro, she said she was gonna take a week for it. What do you mean? She cranked that shit out that fast? No, she didn't. Damn it, Nick. You got me thinking it was out. I was ready to hop on that. Fuck. Got me all excited for nothing. Fuck you. A week sure flew by. Yeah, I was like, there's no way. There's no way she's responding to a 92-page document the next day. That would be fucking insane. Hashtag prank. No, for real. You got my ass. I really thought that document was out. I was so ready for it and everything. You got me. So this first section is from Mimu the Kenku. That would be some Kendrick level shit. No, for real. They say this part of the document is a retelling of what Mimu shared with me through Discord messages. I don't mind. I want to be heard and I saw another person reacting, but it might still be. Yeah. It's this one. They say the first time Sylvia hurt Mimu's feelings was during a Christmas event held in 2021, for which she was asked to sing a holiday song that he would later edit to make sure the audio was good. He would go on and edit her recording while in a VC that had both of them and a few other people hanging out in it. At one point, proceeded to repeatedly play the same portion in which she sang off key for everyone to listen and laugh. While Mimu didn't feel comfortable at the time to mention how hurt she was, this did lead to her feeling uncomfortable about singing in front of people to this day. In a separate instance, Mimu shared personal information about her relationship with Sylvie, trusting him to keep it to himself. She would then find out that he actually told his ex, who then spread the information to other people. This was a total break of trust, and it forced her to have to open up about a personal aspect of her life to individuals that had no reason to know this. The most impactful exchange between Mimu and Sylvie happened when they were both working in Kumbaum's Lovesense show, a project for which she was asked to help in a casual way. Sylvie was in charge of explaining to Mimu how to manage the Excel spreadsheet that was used to allocate time for the people that were participating in the event and for those donating. Even though she was able to perform her task without issue, the event suffered some technical difficulties that were out of her control. A solution was offered by the team, but Sylvie found it not to be up to the standard he wanted to enforce, something that he wasn't asked to do nor expected from the people participating. To make matters worse, he went on to talk down and verbally berate the team to the point of making Mimu cry, thus forcing the people in charge to get involved as to avoid further harassment. Mimu's experience shows how Sylvie is okay with breaking his friends' trust and how he will hold them up to a standard that ends up being harmful to them. I think this document is going to be very much people can't communicate how they feel. Is off of this first one, I'm not I'm not feeling too strongly about this. Also, what are these? What are the? Oh, they have. They have associated screenshots. Okay, hold on. This is. So, in response to the point of making Mimu cry, my interaction with Sylvia has been him commenting on one of my people he edits for. Also asks, who I also clip. This time we spoke was around the same time as the BBA Awards when the drama was happening. Otherwise, I don't really know him. Yeah, I don't know him that well either. I'll be honest. So this looks like between somebody, Mimu, and then KB Kumbom. And then I think this is them explaining what happened. Sylvie says, I want to formally apologize to you directly. What I did to you is just uncalled for and disrespectful. I took out my stress and anger. My stress and anger out on you. It made you one of my closest friends feel like utter shit. You don't deserve that. No one does. They say instead of coming into a pissed off and outrage, I should have offered to help rather than blame you two for having a ton on your plate. Mima just responds saying that would have been better route instead of talk to me like that. Sylvia, you're one of my closest friends, but that goes into the wind when you talk to me and RT like that. So just an apology happens there. This seems like I don't feel like this is going to be. Maybe the one with Kumbom would be something because it does have a mention of sexual abuse, but let me go to the next section. At least everything's laid, but yeah, I do appreciate that. It's very, very easy to go back and forth with. Yeah, just don't treat people like shit in the first place. I don't know why that's such a hard thing for people to understand, I guess. Okay, so this is Lord Unicrown. I don't know if I should be reading the like screenshots first and then going up to the thing, or if I should read the thing first and then go to the screenshot. We'll start with the screenshot. So they say, this is Lord Unicrown saying, oh, excuse me. There's a lot of issues that I've seen come from him, but I can safely say that him acting like that is not a surprise. It is very similar to actions I've seen him try in the last with others. From my personal experience, it started a few years ago, about a month or two into my relationship with Lethal. He began going into VCs with her and people who we considered friends at the time. From there, we would tell people, and I quote, Unique could only think of this with this dick and friend would steal me away. What? People ended up saying that same information to Lethal to the point where she was having panic attacks and severe trust issues from a previous relationship. Me and her ended up talking things through over several hours, including finding out he was intentionally spreading misinformation as vengeance for some perceived slight. When Lethal confronted him on all the lies, he accused her of siding with abusers when she was a victim of that from the past and knowing full well. From there, I ended up having to threaten to share all of the DMs he sent that showed who he truly was, just to get him to stop harassing us. From then on, you saw the rest with our conversations in the mod chat, with him shutting down when he would be intolerable. Yeah, and excuse me, that I feel the exact same way. Oh, God. They put the text for that here. Oh, I think so 3 is the siding with the abusers things. Where Sylvie says, I want you to know why you felt the need to talk to KB about how I spoke to people about the abuse she put me through in a VC question mark. Says, wait, hold up, what are you talking about? And then it's a screenshot. It says, if you hear stuff about someone, go to that person and hear their side, please. It goes a long way. Don't settle and trust every word you hear. Talk to each other, be adults, which I feel this completely. I think Kumbom is right with that. According to KB, you told her about how me and a few others were talking in VC about our experiences with her. KB's been going into people's DMs who were in that call and confronting them. This is the Sylvie one. I'm going over the Sylvie Spark document right now, which this is an old document. It came out in February of 2024, so it's over a year old at this point. But it's just to give some context before I go through Sylvie's thread talking about his experience with Adora. Sylvie's saying here, you literally ratted out abuse victims. I was in that call and I can tell you for certain that people weren't saying, as far as I can tell, that she wasn't going to try and steal Uni from you because he only thinks with his dick. A lot of people who were there very much respect Uni well enough to know that he's much better than that. I do recall it being mentioned she saw him as nothing more than a dick while they were friends with benefits when she decided to be that with him within the first few weeks and her dating, and she never told me. I remember that call out of KB's toxic behavior, of which to me is now enforced to show that she hasn't changed. KB is a problem? What? What's going? Hold on. We're skipping to cum bombs section because I'm just lost. I'm so lost right now, and I feel like this section should maybe clear this up. I don't even know. Just remind me of the Hellhound cheating with her boyfriend manager. God, everything's just repeated. It's all what is it? The history's a circle. It's spelled no KUM. Remember the Cinder situation? Who can forget the Cinder situation? Let me read this section. We're just skipping to this. Hi Dino, I'm doing good. How's it going? Do not jump to conclusions. Cinder, I hardly knew. God fucking damn it, Bonnie. Okay, so cum bomb section here. Time is a circle and history is doomed to repeat itself. I hate it. I hate it so much. Sylvie's, so this section of the document is what I believe to be the one that better encapsulates all of Sylvie's worst attitudes and behaviors, and is cum bomb's retelling of events copied verbatim from the messages she sent. Any editing done is for formatting purposes. Okay, so this is just going to be the screenshots just written out. So I think I could just read this whole section and not have to reference screenshots here. Hi Kobe, how's it going? It's a never-ending spiral. I wonder if Cinder's gonna delete all her stuff and leave the internet. No, I think she'll make a comeback at some point. I just don't know when it is, but I think she'll come back. So this is saying, so what I'm going to do is write out pretty much from start to finish the past of me and Sylvie. It'll be long and I'll include evidence for each aspect that I can for the document, but I just want to lay out what the situation is with him. I was scared to ever come out with this because of his connections with big companies and VTubers. I didn't want to take that chance, but I'm done hiding. He's hurt too many people. Okay, I understand how this is going to go. Me and Sylvie met back when I started my VTubing career and would come frequently into my chat. We eventually became friends, to best friends, then to lovers. We were involved in a open polygamous, I can say words, I promise, relationship in November of 2022, which he agreed to with my ex, who was also later my R-word. And so let me scroll down to number 5. Your boyfriends have a higher rotation rate than the what? Oh, this is him talking about like commitment issues. Oh, okay. When it comes to drama, unless there's a lot of damning evidence, I definitely wait until how other parties respond just so I can go about it properly. With this, I'm conflated because I freaking know everyone. Yeah, I feel that. I've been in the airport since 4 a.m. Kobe, where are you flying? Where are you going? But I'm just gonna read through this first, and then we'll go back into some screenshots, because I think just reading through this will kind of give me more information. I'm not saying it's all open poly relationship. Listen, we're not touching poly relationships. I'm not going into that at all. Airport at 4? Where are you, Timbuktu? I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it, Bonnie. I'm not touching it at all. So, Come On continues to say, Sylvie would always praise me, say I was the best thing that happened in his life, but he was very smothering. He would constantly dump his issues onto me, making me feel so overwhelmed dealing with my other partner who was abusive. I felt like his therapist, and I couldn't have fun with him. It was always about him. During the relationship, I messed up on things, sure. I didn't tell him about being interested in one of our mutual friends. We were in an open relationship, but I digress. I should have been mature and communicated. He was going through a lot of issues at the time, and I wanted to wait to discuss, but that's 100% my fault, and I will accept that. I slowly distanced myself from Sylvie. I didn't want to be around him as much. He drained me of my remaining sanity I had, and I eventually left him in late February/March of 2021 because my ex at the same time said he wasn't healthy for me, the one thing he was right about. Sylvie after this went on a smear campaign behind my back. He claims I emotionally abused him because I distanced myself when he needed me the most. I told him he needed therapy during our relationship, but he just refused to get help, and during an argument, he claims that I'm only with you for sex. But in reality, I said, you give me the things that Abel, my ex, can't give me. For example, you're better at sexual things when you have the time for me. And you have the time for me, but he twisted my words and is running with it. Now, me and Sylvie made up in late March, as we both still wanted to be friends, and in April of 21, I was R-worded. I messaged Sylvie, crying my eyes out, locked in my bedroom away from my ex. He was the first person I told what happened to me. I told him in confidence what Abel did to me, and he goes behind my back without my knowledge and confronts Abel, and comforts Abel, telling him he loves him and he cares about him still. I was just assaulted and he stabs me in the back. I had no knowledge of this until Abel told me, showing me the messages. I felt so sick to my stomach, I threw up on the spot. I didn't know how to process this information. I just felt so betrayed. But internally, I forgave him because he was just trying to comfort Abel, who was mentally ill. So I let it go in the back of my head, but it severely traumatized me. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, I learned my lesson after this situation. I feel the same way as Silverale versus Vishojo and now this. GG's for Cinder, so maybe Jaded. I really don't care about this as much, but still. What the? Holy shit. Also, welcome in, Mockingjay. Visiting my GA. Oh yeah, you did say you're gonna do that, Kobe. Some of y'all are just demon. Yeah, no, for real. Good God. All right, so continuing on, because this is awful. How do you learn that somebody was just R-worded, and then you go to the R-worder and be like, hey, bro, I still love you. I still appreciate you. We're still cool. Don't worry about all that. My nigga, what? What? Okay. Let me keep reading. Sylvie was working with me on my Discord Love Since Vibrator shows since January of 2021 or so. He was the editor and head mod. He would constantly berate my staff, calling them idiots and that they don't deserve this job. I approached Sylvie and he apologized, but still continued to being an ass to my staff. Eventually, I had enough after learning he was talking shit about me behind my back to one of our friends, who was an ex-employee for the show, telling them confidential information from the show, such as monetary numbers, internal discourse, etc., saying things like, I'm getting what I deserve and she doesn't pay her staff enough. I paid my Time Masters $15 an hour for a 3 to 5 hour single workday twice a month. He threw a tantrum when I told him he wasn't going to edit the latest VOD, and then I had enough and I booted him without informing him ASAP. Was that mature? No, but I just didn't want to deal with him at the time. I was done. That's when our ties were cut. He eventually comes back around in my life when his ex, a fellow NSFW voice actor, was booted from a voice acting server that I moderated in after she committed a felony crime of recording a client during a sex call, then to hosting a watch party while drunk with her friends to mock the poor guy, revenge porn. Sylvia approaches me, asking me what she did wrong, etc., and that she didn't deserve the ban. Jesus Christ, these people are all awful. Even after I told him what she did, he said, and she's sorry and was drunk. He proceeds to get pissy with me and the other mods for doing their jobs. And that's when he starts his second slander campaign against me, telling everyone in every server, people who don't even know me, are dirty laundry and how terrible of a person I am and not to work with me. That's when he starts telling all these VTubers not to work with me and approaches everyone I collaborate with. Me and him talked after I approached him about it, and I accepted all my faults, let him berate me and insult me. Oh, Cloudy! Hi, Cloudy! Thank you for the follow! Welcome in! Hey, that happened in the real world IRL celebrities a bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, what did you say? That's why I'm blessed that I'm raised by my mom and grandmother. I feel like even not being raised, like, I don't know, I feel like people can just not be shitty. But hi, Cloudy, how are you? Welcome in. This is just insane. Like, these people are actually fucking insane. Revenge porn and blackmail are highly damaging. Yes. Oh my god. But where was I at? I accepted all of my faults, let him berate me and insult me. I apologized for my actions during our relationship and anything that hurt him. He then says, don't worry, we're good now, and starts joking around with me like it's all good again. But what he said severely hurt me, but I thought this was for the best. Oh boy, was I wrong. Oh my God. I'm just listening to the team while working. I'm so intrigued. Listen, it's so much. It is just so much. This makes me sick. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? He would talk shit about me and say super misogynistic things behind my back, talking about my relationships and love life, and even stalked me to find out new information about my doings and whereabouts. He knew the name of the man I was seeing at the time. When I didn't tell anyone but my close friends about him, it horrified me. I felt I couldn't trust any of my friends anymore. He then tried to use me to take down other VAs, asking for information from the server I moderated for, only talking to me when he needed something. Then my close friend Lethal caught wind he was talking shit about me in another server in VC. Lethal informed me what he said and did. I approached Sylvie again, saying I thought we made up what's going on. He then proceeds to go into Lethal's DM and call them an abuser, apologizer / protector for telling me what he said about me. Uni, her partner, let him have it after that, threatening him to leave her the fuck alone or everything he says about me to Uni will be publicly broadcasted. Which that was in the Lord Unicorns section. Yeah. That was the final straw. We talked. I kept it primarily professional, but after that, that's when I said we're officially done and I want you out of my life. Now, to this day, he goes into people's DMs that I hang out with, collaborate with, people who don't even know me. 3 years with a 3-month relationship, trying to smear me to the VTubing community so nobody will give me the time of day. I'm done with this and your misogynistic, cynical comments about myself and my character behind my back. I've talked to lawyers, and because of his Canadian citizenship and hidden behind the scenes slander, it made it more difficult to go the complete legal route, which I was counting on to get this to cease, not to mention how expensive lawyers here in the US just for a single hour phone call. He claims his warnings is just for others' safety. No, it's malicious. He doesn't care about others but himself and his vendetta. I'm no angel by any means. I've definitely messed up in areas that I wish I could redo, but harassment and beratement for 3 years straight has to stop. Please leave me alone and leave me and the others you're harassing alone. Oh my God. Is this no, this is not the 92 pager. This is a different document. This is a different document entirely. Hi, Devin. Oh my God. Two of my favorite other furry creators in here. Hold on, I gotta give y'all both shout outs. There we go. I got the shout out for Luna. Let me get the shout out for Devin. Ooh. Go follow both of these. Go follow both of them. Someone spray the room with holy water. No, for real. They not gotten like the worst happened to them yet. I don't know. The golden future, less drama, and see the dark time. Oh, what? A new one. This is actually an old one that I'm going over. I lost track what's happening because I'm just in shock. Yeah, this is a different. This is an old document. So what I just went over was like Sylvie Sparks' document that was posted. This was posted a year ago, but I went over this now because Sylvie Spark made a thread against Adora Bunny when Radia put out her document. And so I wanted to give us a background of so kind of Sylvie Spark is and what they've done in the past before I went into this was the like mindset there. So that's why we went over that document. It is an older document, but now I can go over Sylvie's thread because they start talking about their experience with Adora. Skate, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. How's it going? Nearly tried to get a disabled person in the UK home. Oh my God, that's insane. So Sylvie says, finally I can open up about my experience with Adora. I'll begin with the TLDR and go from there. I worked with Adora as her editor for about 2 to 3 months, and in that time, she attempted to turn me against my friends. She exploited my friendship with her to get free work that she still hasn't paid for and attempted to ruin my career. I met Adora back in 2021 through Discord. She seemed pretty nice, and I was just a mutual. There wasn't any sort of plans to work with her at that point. That didn't happen until June of 2023 when she was prepping for her 2.0 or whatever it was. She wanted to hire me as her clips editor because she, in her own words, hated doing short form editing and found it boring, which, girl, I can relate to that. I do hate that as well. She also needed a more stable income first, which I thought was fine. She also would constantly mention her desire to hire me to run her stuff. And so here are screenshots between the two of them where Adora's saying, yes, Sylvie, I will hire you eventually if I have the money. Wait for me to be at like 300 CCV and stabler income first because I fucking hate editing my own clips. And Sylvie responds saying, no worries, you're good. I didn't mean it like that. Adora just says, I'm just saying I would hire you for that because editing my own clips is my least favorite form of editing. I like scripting out ideas and scenes that clips aren't in. Unironically, Sylvie, I'd let you just run my shorts algo and I'll do the long form stuff. More than just saying that they hate editing shorts and ask for the rate, and Sylvie just says 25 an hour basically. And Adora says, all right, so I'm at a moment of importance and my YouTube channel is something I want to work on. I might honestly see what happens if you wanted to do like 5 shorts and see how it goes. Again, she says, I hate editing shorts. Which, God, that's so relatable. I also hate editing shorts and I don't understand how YouTube's algorithm works. So I don't blame the girl on those. But Sylvie continues to say, eventually an agreement was made between her manager, and at the time, Evil Bunny or Aaron, where I would basically do a few edits for Adora for free, and she along with Aaron would pay me back through sponsorships, collabs, clients that Aaron would hook me up with. I trusted them both because Adora had a tendency to flex her own connections and abilities, often flexing herself as a higher tier streamer because she was someone I had known since 2021. I didn't doubt her word. I saw her successful debut and believed in her vision at first. Aaron's the manager you're talking about? Oh, okay. And then this is just a screenshot saying that Adora is saying, I feel like Aaron is just setting up a pool of creators so she can get some nice cuts of sponsorship money, which Sylvie says actual managerial support. She's on eventually salary again if someone does really well, since she has a day job too. Sylvie's just saying here, it builds loyalty, yada yada. And Adora's like, I'm technically a C-list VTuber now, so at this point, you need to screen cap everything in DMs throughout your content career. No, you shouldn't have to do that, because you should be able to just communicate with people and not get to this point. You only get to this point by not communicating clearly, lying about your intentions. Like that's how this always happens. This would not happen if people communicated clearly. Point blank, period. Can we just have a group hug? Because what? Sylvie said, however, where are we rating ourselves in the professions we are in? And that's crazy. Saying you're a C-list VTuber is insane. I don't like, what does that even mean? So genuinely, what does that even mean? Who, where's the list of A-list, B-list, and C-list, and D-list? How many lists are there? What are the separations there? What the fuck is that? What does that even fucking mean? Anyways, digress from that. Continuing on with what Sylvie says. He says, however, it wasn't long into our partnership until she started to shift. Shit talking from Adora would be a regular thing. She would portray herself as a safe place for venting, while I would use it to talk about how I felt I was losing connections with friends. She used her space to shit talk people she claimed were her friends. During the debut of a mutual friends of ours, Adora and Aaron's VC would shit talk the debut, constantly stating how awful it was and how hers was so much better. One thing I was surprised about was that she would actually leak info, images, or videos of other people's models in DMs. When Siege, her friend at the time, was doing a model for Vexoria, she came into my DMs to start shitting on it because she knew I and Siege didn't like each other. How does someone become a Z-tier VTuber? I don't know. Third-rate streamer with a 4th-rate CCV? Third-rate duelist with a 4th-rate deck assets. So, or Corpo VTubers S? I don't know. A-list, J, I don't know. I don't know what the lists are. I think I'd be, how far, I feel like if we're going off of CCV, I guess I'd be like a F tier VTuber, because I assume the like D through A and up to S starts when you hit partner, because she was already in like the 100s to 200s for that. I don't know. This is very confusing. You're A tier to us, Jay. Thanks, Nick. Hey Aaron, welcome in. Yay, more horrible people again. Yeah, it never ends. I freaking pray that the people I'm acquainted with the closest don't get into drama because God, this is bad. Yeah, you're an SSR VTuber in my eyes. Oh my God, thank you guys, thank you. A tier? Nah, they're J tier. I gotta prep to go outside and do shit, but I have a lot of fun if I'm not that. Thanks for stopping by, Princess. Have a good day. Why is this year of all years does everything just happen at once? Doki versus Niji, Niji hiding weird people, the Hellhound, everything would be shoujo, this drama as well, the rest of the world being on fire. I don't know. I guess we started 2025 and they're like, it's gonna be crazy, and we just the Cadence on Black of yo. That's the greatest compliment I've ever gotten. I'm not even gonna lie. Thank you so much, Tier. Oh, man. The reality is nearly every VTuber will experience a Google Docu at some point, whether as the subject or the writer. God, I hope not. Where you're trying to pull for the SSR YJ, but your pity gets ruined by Nextdoc. The worst pity breaker. Oh, dude, the VTuber lore goes crazy. Cloudy, it goes in fucking Shane. It runs so deep. I cleared it on another content. It's the horse girl. It's a horse girl game. It's Uma Musume. Kitasan Black is like a very, very meta card that like everybody basically saved up and pulled for in this like past 2 weeks that banner was running. Because that card is just so good. Is the context there? So there's such a band name. Scary. Remember Amaryllis? Luca Kaneshiro? God. You know, I thought of how wild it would be if one of the cases of people writing Google Docu, but that was the bullying. Like, if someone made one up to bully, someone completely made it up, and you know it's going to happen. And so I feel like it's already happened, I'll be so honest. I think it's already happened. Kitasan Black is still meta, even in Japan. Yeah, 4 years later, and she's still meta. Also, an ad break is about to hit in, like, 2 minutes. Let me keep going through Sylvie's thread, and then I'll stop, or I'll pause if the ads start. So... This is the discussion about Vixoria and Siege. Adora says, kind of sad Vixoria is getting a Siege model since I think they don't do well. And Sylvie said, wait, Vexes, and Adora says, believe so. At least Kono told me that. And they asked, is it the Scaly model? And she says, I think it's the Scaly model. Regardless, bad purchase Siege models are overpriced and under-delivered. I'm glad Vex isn't hiring my model artist because my model artist being so exclusive is part of what helps me right now. Which it's quite literally, this is the Cinder, this is the Cinder situation all over again. It feels like that. Yeah, there's no way it hasn't happened. Honest Skalskius, nothing, that grabbed the attention of the entire community big yet. Oh yeah, I don't think it would happen to I don't think it happened to anybody too big, to be honest. Wait, another exclusive artist? Yep, it's a repeat. It's a repeat. Oh my gosh, it's... Time is a circle, and history is just repeating itself. I can't stand it. Sylvie continues saying, I think shit-talking in general isn't that big of a deal in terms of, like, drama. However, I do take issue when you shit-talk people who are supposed to be your friends. Adora Haru would even shit-talk people like Radia, Marina, her best friend of 2 years, and more. She would often spread rumors about other streamers, accusing them of saying racist things, view-botting, and general negativity. She would bring up other people's stats and complain about how bad or better they were. Because the ad break is about to start, I'm gonna wait to go into these screenshots until after it ends. But, oh, this ought to be interesting. This ought to be so interesting. Went to buy oregano to make pizza. More stuff dropped. Oh, yeah. Dead VTuber came back to life, faked her identity as everyone disappeared, allegedly returned, immediately is hiding because of trauma dumper with all the BS behind him. How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man? Lying someone's racist is why. Yeah, that's crazy. The Cinder incident is why exclusivity is such a negative term. Oh, yeah. Have you seen the video Mugen put out on VShoujo? I saw that it was put out. I watch a couple Mugen videos, but I mean, I know all the information on the VShoujo thing, so I normally watch his videos if I don't have the information. Oh yeah, Mugen's gonna have a field day with all of this too. The gaming landscape does this with devs now. Oh, interesting. Oh god, people just... Again, it's not hard. VJojo headquarters is now a Spirit Halloween. Oh, yeah. There's the ad break. I am my own exclusive artist, but that's just because I can't afford to pay someone else to make model art for me. You're so real for that. Which is lacking for me now. Really? I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't talk about, Sylvie, to be honest. What? Oh, okay. Mugen goes over the older VShoujo dramas as well to put it all into a perspective. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll probably check it out later. I don't watch... I'll be honest, I really am not watching YouTube videos that often. most of the time I watch people streaming instead. When like people would normally watch YouTube videos, I just watch my friends' lives. As far as console and PCs, they're multi-platform nowadays. That's true. All of Shoujo drama is a video 6 hours. I think it's like 2. I think probably 2.5. Something around that range. You know, let me see. I feel like that VShojo video from Mugen has come up on my page several times since he released it. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, 2 hours and 9 minutes. There we go. Oh, 2 hours and 8 minutes. One thing I like about the VShojo stuff, I feel like a lot of the older ones who left has been a bit more vindicated. So now I don't have to feel bad about using Silverville emotes on Discord anymore. That's solid. For VTubers, exclusive deals are forbidden. It's not a problem. In my opinion, it's not a problem to have an exclusivity deal. It's a problem if you are forcing an artist into an exclusivity deal. Because some artists would prefer to do exclusivity. So they don't have to worry about having to do a lot of things for different people all at once. And some artists prefer to not do an exclusivity deal because they want to have the variety. It's just a problem if you're forcing an artist one way or the other, is my thoughts on that. Find it funny, people, code for exclusive Xbox when it's literally just Windows 11, but with a fuck-ass shell. Yeah. You're so right. Nux versus Ty, I don't know. I don't know about any of that, I'll be so honest, and I've low-key kind of avoided it. All those drama, yeah, it's forced exclusivity, exactly. Golly, this shit is. Can we just communicate? Can we please just communicate? Be adults. Talk about your problems and resolve them in that instance. Or maybe you need time to sit and think about it. But don't be shitty and go start spreading rumors and this, that, and the other. That's the problem. You think you know the cool ones are, but you don't. Yeah. I interacted with the Nux space since he started getting off the rails weird. I only vaguely know who Nuxtaku is, and I would like to keep it that way. I'll be so honest. But welcome back from the ads. We can actually go over these screenshots where where Adora is apparently spreading rumors about other creators. So we have one where she says, "Holy shit, I hate TikTok. Some random male VTuber that got an audience very quickly off TikTok on Twitch with mostly kids has basically ruined this chat box experience for me by constantly spamming long cheer emotes." And she tags them. Oh, I'm sorry. This is like cut off weird. Why didn't y'all say anything about it? Let me take off the Twitter sidebars. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. And then I can make this a little smaller. And then she links this and says, "Just look at Phoenix's chat. I fucking hate it, Lamau." Phoenix Slander? Is it the Jade Animations guy? Oh, y'all know who this is? He's a few mutual friends with him. What? And Peaches also did a thing that pissed people off. Sent it towards Cinder stuff and then tweet, "Well, yeah. Such like Vinny." Oh, Nuxtaku? Oh, I don't know. It's slightly cut. Oh, you know what? Let me do that. That should make that a little better. Okay, there we go. Now y'all can like kind of fully see it. Then this next shot is Sylvie saying, "Oh, I know this guy." And Dora's like, "Who, Phoenix or Nieko?" Sylvie says, "Phoenix, wait, are you talking about Nieko?" Dora says, "I know Phoenix too, he's very nice. Yes, his viewers literally ruin chat." Says, like, "Look how awful this chat is. Usually the chat is a bunch of people discussing the questions. Instead, just go to Nieko spam." Sylvie says, "Surprised the mods haven't banned anything yet." And Dora says, "Actual child behavior. Who knows? Phoenix also just wants partner anyway. So hey, any cloud is good cloud, I guess. Even if it's just 100 kids acting like K-pop stans." And then these are Twitch trackers for 2 different creators, Luma and Donnie. And then somebody else's, where Dora says, "Yagi is genuinely a bad influence on anyone that gets near him. Bro, they were using a private channel in a friend's Discord to hide from people." And so, let me... Oh. Sorry, y'all are yapping. What happened? Good bit, including... Oh, okay. You silly goose, if you actually communicated and didn't assume shit, it didn't manipulate people, lie, a bully, a gaslight all the time, drama channels would not have anything to talk about. You're right. You're so right. As somebody who's covering a lot of the drama. I got food poisoning. Me and Jada got... Oh, that's so weird. Okay. Why did he do that? You know what? Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that. Back on this. Sylvie said eventually the pressuring started. I'd still clip stuff for her streams to eventually start. Wait, where is the, like, accusing them of saying racist things, view botting, and just general negativity? Oh, well, Sylvie did say that a lot of this was in VCs, so that might be what that is. Hypersexual crimes, do other stuff. The trash, yeah. I would just be playing games the whole time. What? It says, eventually started editing once we had our agreement. She'd usually butter me up with compliments to encourage more clips to be done or to win favoritism. So there was screenshots here where Sylvie, they're talking about like Canadian citizenship, and Adora says, regardless, I'll throw you what I can. Glad you enjoy what I got. Means a lot to hear you think of me in league with folks like Vex. I know you don't lie. You're like me, honest. Oh, wow. That is so funny. I know you're like me, honest. Oh, the irony of Adora saying that to Sylvie is so... Anyways, I'll leave that alone. Can we talk about something off stream? I understand if you don't want to. I just wanted to be clarified about something that's... Yeah, that's totally fine. You can DM me. Girl, what is this, honey? This is bullshit. It's so dumb. This is so dumb. But hi, Samantha. How are you? Adora says partner's just the beginning. Sylvie says just because you have 100 now doesn't mean you'll never have 1,000 later. And Dora says I sort of tell myself my hard cap is probably 1K viewer CCV. And they were like, oh, how do we type the same thing? I know it's bullshit for damn sure. Yeah, it is. Adora says, by the way, I never want 5 to 10K. That genuinely is too much money. I'll be honest. If I was making what 1K makes, I'll just pay you a fuck ton. Sylvie says just enough to live off of, which I don't even know what this is in response to. Adora says, let me throw you an editor roll at fast. You drug dealed my ass with the first few hits being free, but IDK, you have confirmed good work history and have made stuff for someone very adjacent to me as well, aka Vexoria. There's another screenshot. Okay. I like that, and besides, you're like Kono, but an editor. You like big tits. You're an audience reflection and relatable. It's why my chat likes Kono, because he personifies chat, but is entertaining. If you can't tell, I think about this a lot. I'm also sure that when Stella and Radia come on Thursday and Saturday, that they aren't there for the first hour, because the first hour is my build up and they want me. If Stella didn't show up, it's not real net loss to me. Sylvie says also take a look at your clips too, just see what I can nab. Dora says no clue, she needs to commit. Not gonna lie, when Roy went to YouTube streaming, I laughed. I don't understand. I'm not actually saying the things that like he's supposed to be like, I don't know, like saying that's happening. Screw CTV. If I'm barely able to afford food off of ad revenue each month, it's just a hobby at this point. God, ma'am, who doesn't like booba? That's so real. That is so real. It's like they aren't adding the part where the conversation starts. Yeah, it's not like, I'm not understanding where like these things are happening in these screenshots, to be completely honest. It doesn't even seem like it. Is it the part, I feel like it's in the parts not screenshotted. From little I've seen on Twitter thus far, I feel like, yeah, I'm not seeing where, like, cause like, he says here that like, oh, you know, spreading rumors about other streamers, accusing them of saying racist things, viewbotting, and just general negativity. And like, that's not shown anywhere in this. The whole like pressuring started. I don't feel like that's shown in this. Sure, claiming that while Adora isn't a good person, they don't support her. You guys better wait. Well, I want to see Adora's statement, because here's a look here. What's going on? God, it's okay. It all starts with Radia posting a beware or abuse allegations document against Adora Bunny. Everybody's kind of putting in their 2 cents about how they've interacted with Adora Bunny. I'm going over one person's section on their experience with Adora, but it's not making sense because the things that they're saying aren't like showing up in these screenshots. It really feels like they're kind of just saying shit and then attaching screenshots to it, kind of hoping that like people will like imply a connection there. But I'm not seeing the connection is like my issue here. So I think is the people to tell us. Oh yeah. The Adora incident. That's what we're going over right now. Let me see if there's more rumor spreading. Adora Bunny killed my girl. Stop. How far on the tweets are you? Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh God. 11. Oh, I'm. Oh my God. How long does this go for? I'm apparently at the fucking beginning. I didn't even realize. I thought I was maybe towards the end. I guess not. I guess not. Oh my fucking God. Okay. Let me calm down. It's me, y'all. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Let me try and add something that doesn't exist to this situation. That's what I'm feeling. Who the fuck is Adora? I hate to just reduce her down to this, but like she's just a really big titted VTuber. It sounds bad, but like I genuinely, and I feel like a lot of people only know her because her model's tits were fucking gigantic. She probably does other things too, obviously. I mean, one of the things is like manipulating and harassing her friends, I guess, but that's who she is. I didn't watch her content. I don't watch any of these people's content. I just saw all of the information and we're talking about it now. Thing about me being sus on her is that some 2 years ago, there was another girl who was also a bunny girl, same hair color, giant tits, and also turned out to be. I saw that. I saw somebody was like, this is the second orange hair, big titty bunny girl to be a bad person. But I don't know who the first one was. She was a girlfriend of someone who also got canceled. I knew big boobs have nothing but malice in them. There's another one. Yeah. I don't know who the first one was. I have no idea. Okay. Let me see this spreading rumors thing. This is where we're at. Adora says there's one person I actively do not like and I genuinely think is a kind of bad person. And I will now name them to you because I've gone too deep and have only told this name to like 5 people. They say they've told Radia, Marina, Riri, Lalila, and Raisin. But if you ever see Cal Coat Proctor, Adora says that man is a genuinely snake. He has actively called me transphobic and abuser and a clout chaser. I've never even heard of this person. Who is this? Should a Greek goddess thing? Think that Dia made her right before she got canceled? Stuff in sauce and went, Nick, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyways, so apparently this guy, Adora, fucking hates. What are these screenshots meant to achieve or purport? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. Zilkir, I'll be so honest, I don't know. So far, it's supposed to be like shit talking and pressuring. I mean, I can understand the shit talking because like, I don't even know. Because like, this is just Adora saying that she just actively doesn't like this person. Bunny GIF? I had never heard of that person in my life. And then I don't even see the pressuring that's supposed to be happening in those screenshots. So Sylvie continues saying, anyway, to the video work part, I had done an edit of Dora as her channel manager. I came, the raid, we pause. Lucifera! All my fellas. Hello, welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. If you don't know who I am, I'm YayJBay, 2-form VTuber, going over the Adora Bunny situation happening right now. How was your stream? Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Also, if you have to raid and run, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Stream's very tiring. But hello! How was It Takes Two? I love coming into it with no context. I feel like that makes it much better. The hair, I'm upset. Oh my god, thank you! I'm telling y'all. I'm going to make a TikTok to that sound. That's like, it's a nonchalant dreadhead! And you're like, ladies, I'm trying to do my work today, leave me alone type shit. They're like, Shake your dreads, ladies. I'm going to make a TikTok to that. I have to make a TikTok to that. I'm going to do it. I just don't know when. I want to do it with like more movement, but it's going to happen. I think next week I'll be able to make this TikTok how I envision it in my head. But I want y'all to know it's in the works. I'm going to do it. But anyways, Take-Two was fun. A little upset at the cutie soup, was pretty good. I still need to play it. I'm so behind. I still need to play it. But I'm glad you had a good stream. I'm glad you had a good stream. The Shake Your Dreads! She was doing 2 to 3 years ago. She scammed a lot of people on merch and was also manipulative. Oh! I never finished it. I just started clipping 3 years ago. So learning about this completely blind. Ah! Oh my gosh, Big Joe of the Sand. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. But yeah, we are going through. I'm trying to decipher this cancellation thread or like my experience with thread that this person has put out against Adora, and I'm honestly very confused. I'm not understanding like the points that were being made here. So that's what we're going about right now. I'll be lurking since need to go chill, but it was nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you again for the raid. I hope you have a wonderful lurk. So they say that Sylvie's saying, I had an edit for Adora as her channel manager. I came up with the description format tags and basically did what I could to overhaul the channel for prime time. Again, this was under the agreement of getting paid later, so I guess just screenshots of that. The first edit was more to support Adora while she was in a rough mental state, and Aaron pressured me into doing the edit to possibly cheer her up. That's basically how the agreement came to be. After it was made, Adora took advantage by having me post more stuff. And so this is the edits I guess she sends. She says, feel free to schedule them. I'm just remastering some classics I did as well because I had all the editing done already. Unlike your other clients, I can actually make my own content fully. And then just more discussion about editing and whatnot. She asked, could you schedule this one for me? And then she sends like another one. He continues saying, we're doing a part 2? Yeah, it's a part 2, Scully. It's a part 2. This is Sylvie's experiences with Adora right now. Mr. Guy in Green with the silky voice does tackle this drama. I feel like there's going to be 30 minutes of him talking about Sylvie alone. Probably, and I think he will. So, that's gonna happen. Hey, Full Shock, welcome in. How's it going? So Sylvie says, keep in mind, this was the original thread on Aaron as well. However, people like Alara, who covered the thread, decided to protect Adora by removing any mentions of her from the video upload. So people like her knew Adora was doing this kind of stuff at least after a year. Oh, okay. So this goes into the talks with Aaron. Gordy, what the hell are you doing over there? You said, wait. Gordy, I see you over in YouTube. I see you over in the YouTube chat. What? Who's the person we're talking about? So, overarching, because people are coming in, and yeah, who are we covering? The plot thickens. Overarching, this starts with Radioactive putting out a document against Adora Bunny. I keep forgetting that people are, yeah, I'm multi-streaming now. So if y'all see me respond to a message that's not in Twitch chat, it's something in YouTube chat. So I need to figure out how to combine the chats on my like OBS and on my like actual chat on screen. But anyways, I digress from that. Radioactive put out a doc against Adora Bunny of abuse allegations, and from quote tweets of this document, hey Gordy, from quote tweets of this document, other people are coming out with their experience with Adora. One of these people being Sylvie Spark, who said they were Adora's editor for a little bit. Also, y'all should totally go follow Gordy. But before we went into Sylvie's discussions with Adora, Sylvie had their own document out. So we covered this and kind of got an idea of what kind of person Sylvie is by going through this document to now go through their thread. It's a fucking web. It's a web. It's a web of things. See, can you talk about it? Yeah, they can be combined. Aaron, what are you doing over at YouTube? I see you over there. Damn, I'm so funny. A web of hot mess is correct. What is happening? Too much. Oh my lord, this is messy. This is very messy. And so right now, I'm trying to decipher what Sylvie's point is in his thread about lies. I'm trying to decipher what Sylvie's point is in his thread, but it's not clear. It's not making sense to me. I'm not getting it. The Matryoshka doll of VTuber drama is so correct. Oh my gosh. So going back into this, Sylvie continues saying, so what happened? Why did it all fall apart? Well, remember how Adora likes to spread rumors about other creators? I decided to test her rumors by talking to one of the subjects. I'll keep them anonymous because of their own safety. Adora accused this person of botting because of a generic Twitch partner denial form her roommate at the time was sent. She got people in her circle to believe this person was botting to the point where I nearly cut ties with them. It wasn't until I actually talked with a person who knew more about Twitch analytics than I did at the time, and even Twitch staff themselves to confirm that that person was not botting. This is when I approached Adora to confront her about her misinformation spreading. So Sylvie says, okay, but again, in the end, your only evidence that she's botting is how she reacted once. Were you the one that told Riri and Lynn? Adora is saying, chain of events, Riri gets botting denial letter. I linked into blank there. I did not tell Rin. Sylvie asked, did you tell Riri that blank was botting her viewership? Who told Lynn? Adora says that Riri did. And then Sylvie asks, who told Riri? And Adora says, me, that there were botting concerns. So Sylvie's like, so you did tell him? And Adora says, yes. And then I went to blank about it since he got a botting denial letter and nobody else had dropped any viewership on it. And Sylvie says, I would highly suggest you tell him to stop. I will likely reach out to Riri saying Twitch does not believe blank's botting herself because honestly I'm scared for you because all it takes is one bad actor to point you as their evidence. And then Adora said he's literally told everyone he wanted to tell along with Lynn. Why do we need listen, that's a whole nother conversation. What are your pronouns? She, her. They should be in my about section as well if you ever forget. Sylvie has also at least 3 of these dolls. Yes! It's so much. My pizza should be done, so y'all have fun suffering existentially. I don't know what this is getting at either, but Sylvie says at the time I assumed she had done it in good faith, genuinely not knowing that letter was a generic rejection letter. However, shortly after, and because of Aaron, our manager, I now believe Adora was actively spreading this misinformation to harm who she felt were her competition. Less than 20 minutes later, Aaron would go into DMs to confront me about me confronting Adora. It was very clear that Adora had told Aaron what I had done, and Aaron decided to cut me out of her group entirely because I stopped being a yes man and I was never paid my work. I later returned from a trip to Montreal and spoke with Aaron again to confront them about the misinformation, and she and Adora were spreading about people. Aaron defended it by claiming she confirmed it with Twitch and that she couldn't provide proof due to an NDA. I'm not even getting into the screenshots. I don't think they're going to help me here. Sylvie says this was despite Twitch staff confirming with me twice that the person in question was not botting. They still pushed the narrative. I was never paid for my work, my time, and I knew right from there that my connections were going to take a hit. Adora is a very manipulative person. She will take advantage of talented people, piggyback off of their own success, exploit what those people like to get favors and trust, and then weaponize that trust to use against people she personally doesn't like. She claimed to never want to engage with drama, but would regularly support drama in the background, being in the chats of drama streams, liking and sharing posts that favor her agenda, the works. She took advantage of my kindness, saw I was vulnerable, and exploited me for her own purpose. Once she got what she wanted, or felt I was out of her palm, she disregarded me without a second thought, like she had done to all of her other former friends. I encourage any and all those who were taken advantage by her to open up about their experiences, because this is a type of behavior that kills indie VTubing. It exploits human empathy for content greed. I might not be friends with Kono anymore, distant with Radia and several others who were caught up in Adora's inner circles, but I will stand by them to the bullshit that they were put through. I'm not religious, but I do believe in karma. While this light is being shined on the horrors of what Adora did, the damage she caused might never be repaired due to how long ago they were, or those who were impacted no longer being around. By the way, I can PayPal you the invoice, Adora, if you feel like paying back some debt. I'll even cut down on the interest fees. They say, actually, one more thing, this line here from Adora, I think speaks to her mentality more than anything. You're right, no one is born a good person. However, we learn to have empathy Our ability to empathize with others is what makes us human. You used empathy as a weapon. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I really feel like Sylvie just wanted to involve himself in this. Like this, I feel like he did not contribute anything to this. I didn't see them in the about. Oh, fuck, are they not in the about section? I thought I added them there. I'm so sorry. Hold on, I have to check my own page now. How do I? It's in my, like, it's not like the about section. It's in my description. That's the word. My description has the, at the end of it, where it says, like, it says vampire bat dragon with human disguise, and then my contact, and then at the end it says she, her. There's where it was. I described it wrong. I said about section, which was wrong. It's in my description. But I feel like, I genuinely don't feel like Sylvie is contributing anything into this. Like, I feel like he's just trying to put his 2 cents in, but, like, the things that he was trying to say happen. I mean, I understand the whole, like, not getting paid. Oh, Cash, thank you for the follow. I understand the whole not getting paid thing. He should bring that up because he should have been paid for the work that he did, especially if there's an agreement to get paid. But outside of that, nothing else in here really needs to be in here. But he continued. He keeps. There's only like 5 more tweets, so we're almost. Spin around tickled me. Oh yeah. Here's my coins. About. My Google Doc on Ye Jave. She lied about her pronouns being in the about section. Fuck. My streaming career is ruined. I can't believe this. But Sylvie says here. Says at the end of the day, Adora tried to get me to betray my friends. I don't turn my back on friends, no matter what kind of clout it would bring, because what's the point of having clout if you have no one you truly wish to celebrate it with, which is crazy thinking about the doc that was put out against Sylvie, but I digress. She harmed people. She actively attempted to ruin careers. I don't care how long of a hiatus you take to better yourself. You can't better yourself if you don't take the proper accountability by apologizing for your own actions. It's been 2+ years. It's so wild to sit here now and have all the rest of the emotions come back, witnessing the pain she caused in others, the manipulative behavior, the exploitation, and yet you go on a little hiatus and like, oh hey, I learned empathy, crazy stuff. I haven't felt this genuinely angry since some jackass sent a photo of my dog on a news. Oh my god. That's the level of damage Dora caused towards others, and for what? Extra clout for a week? A collab with someone you'll never hang out with again? A few new followers? It's times like this I regret completing your editing or complimenting your editing, because maybe if I didn't, you'd stay just a little bit more humble in someone's career, someone's mental health, and someone's happiness would have been spared from your disease-ridden ego. Waiting till you get a new talking point to cover Adora's ass again like you did the last time. She was getting called out, like when you intentionally removed her from your first thread. This is how toxic people continue to thrive. What? Oh, I think this is him just calling out Alara. She quotes tweets and she says, I want to wait until the other side comes out, but this was a rough read. I'm just sad and confused right now. Everyone's hurt and everyone loses in the deep. Just sucks to see things like this keep happening. So I mean, it's not, I think we're all confused. I'm sorry, this is really, yes, like this thread was such a fucking nothing burger that like Sylvie, I guess, just wanted to be involved in the situation, in the drama that's happening, like kind of catch a wave of, oh, you know, everybody's talking about Adora. Here's what happened. This is such a nothing burger. This is bro said, I was there too. Yeah, no, Drex literally. Oh my god. No, you're quite literally right though. That's exactly what this feels like. Sounds like a guy trying to dogpile on stuff that doesn't matter. And Bumblebee, yes. So I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand what the point of this. I haven't heard about any VTuber being in each other's hair in maybe 6 months or more, and I have to say now I remember why I don't bother. Oh yeah, because this is regular. Adora owes me a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Personally, I'm also hurt as a proxy in the sense there's one super nice, super lovely lady in the group who went out on a little holiday right now, and I feel sorry for her when she gets her internet back. Will probably be dragged into this and was likely also hurt by Adora. Is it Finn? Is it one of the Project STEM girls? Because I know Palm made a tweet. Palm made a tweet talking about how she's about to go on vacation, so she's just gonna have to wait to address this stuff again. Yeah, I saw Finn hasn't posted anything. Finn's last post was on August 5th, and it's about their flight being delayed. Damn, this is gonna fucking suck. I wanna say I feel like Finn's in a better position because Palm's vacation is like low-key. I feel like Palm's vacation is ruined because this is going to be on the mind during her vacation, while Finn will just deal with this after vacation. So when she gets back, my thoughts personally, gotta log into her Twitter and get blasted against the wall. Yeah. No, honestly, that's probably what's gonna. I can't imagine she's completely disconnected on her vacation. She probably has access to like Discord, and so unfortunately, Finn probably has an idea that this is happening, but also knows that she does not have to respond to it until she comes back. The moth, yes, your moth girl, Finnari Mori, yeah, but delayed plane. I mean, that does suck too. Yeah, but man, this shit. Moth girl, leave my moth girl alone. Oh no, Finn is involved in this. Finn, all the Project STEM girls, are in this. We're in here. Hold on. Let me see where Finn is directly mentioned. Hold on. It's somewhere in here. I'll find it eventually. It'll take a while. This is a gigantic fucking document. It was after this. Can I just look up Finn in this? Here we go. Nope, that's not the right one. I lied. Where is it that I'm looking for? Here we go. I found it. Who's the closest person to actually being a friend personally to me? I'm so sorry. This is where it's in this event after Radio was unexpectedly contacted by Finnari Mori. Over the course of a multiple-hour call, she apologized profusely for her role in the initial intervention. She confirmed that neither her nor Palm had been aware of what had been sent to Digital Vagrant, nor that it had been doctored prior to sending in a way that would place the majority of the comments focused on the two of them. She was further instrumental in confirming privately the extent of Adora's duplicity and doxing, providing key info on who to reach out to in an attempt to determine how far things have spread and what lies had been told. Finnari Mori was able to corroborate that Radio was not imagining things. Adora had embarked on an unhinged campaign to undermine Radio's life of her own volition. This so disturbed the other two members of Project STEM that they proceeded to distance themselves from Adora after failing to convince her to stop. So Finn's in this. Flicks up Finn, and then the Finn no. Finn made a model adapted from a design I made for Oomph like twice, but outside of that, I think she's neat. Oh. Damn. Sure heard our Moth Girl. Not necessarily. She does speak on behalf of the Moth Girl, and I don't know how the Moth Girl will feel about that, because I can tell you, Palm was not appreciative of that. Specifically, the what is it? This many events described between Radio and the members of STEM were massively mischaracterized as an attack on her character. Is one thing that's put in here too. And Palm had even tweeted that she was frustrated at getting dragged into something that should have been kept private and having people speaking for me when what they are saying on my behalf isn't true. So we'll see. Wait, maybe it was from Sylvie that I first saw a warning of Adora, because that actually wasn't the first time he made that thread. The Alara video, he posted screenshots reminding me of that. Oh, and of course, this was before I knew the skeleton in Sylvie's closet. Yeah, that's what Sylvie was saying about Alara was intentionally not including Adora information in the thing. Oh, hi, Lime! Happy birthday! It's Lou Lime's birthday! Happy birthday! Maybe she got forced into her, yeah, she got words forced in her mouth, exactly. Self and Mori, both of us are about to go scorch Earth. Yeah, yeah. Are we talking about Alara? Alara's getting brought up in this because, Sylvie included, whenever Alara made her video about a talent manager exploits VTubers for thousands, Sylvie had included this. She would send, she sent me videos she edited for me to a schedule, write descriptions, tags, all of this, blah, blah, blah. And Alara put that in the document, but specifically removed Adora from it. Which Sylvie is calling out Alara for doing that in the same vein of Alara had then tweeted out that she wants to see the other sides. She said, I want to wait till the other side comes out, but it was a rough read. So that's another point in there. I think it might be a case that they wanted to speak up for a while but never had a chance and they just finally say their piece kind of thing. I guess. That part doesn't look good on Alara's. When doesn't Alara get dragged into things? I'll be honest. I feel like Alara is involved in everything. I'm not going to comment because I literally can talk to her right now. That's fine. I don't have any, like, ill will towards Alara. Granted, I don't watch really her content. I was on one of her streams. I did have a good time outside of, like, 2 things that happened while I was on her stream, but it's not that big of a deal. For me personally. Scribbled Guy, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So I don't have any issue with Alara. But I'll be honest, I don't watch her content. So I can't put any 2 cents into that. Alara said Banana Juju was cute and didn't see a problem. Now that's unfortunate to hear. That's extremely unfortunate to hear. I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, I feel indifferent. That was the word. I feel slightly less than indifferent with that information. She was always nice to me personally, but I had friends in the past who would very vaguely warn about her. That's interesting information. That's very unfortunate. I did side eye. I know a lot of people kind of go to the... This is gonna sound really bad. I'm gonna say this, and I already know it's gonna sound really bad. We could go ahead and prepare to put this in my cancellation doc. But a lot of VTubers, I have to remember very often, even the ones that are supposed to be on the better side. A lot of these VTubers are white before they are a VTuber. And I feel that way about VTubers. I feel that way about any marginalized group, about gay people, about trans people. People are white before they are the other thing. They're white before they are trans. They are white before they are gay. They are white before they are a VTuber. And it is very unfortunate, but I have to remember that constantly from whenever situations, especially like the Banana Juju situation came up. Because bigger VTubers especially, I think one of, like, Zentreya, for example, followed Banana Juju whenever all that stuff was happening. Who's Banana Juju? It's this white VTuber who created a monkey VTuber with dreads. And when it happened, and she put out her tweet showing off her new redesign because she didn't have the dreads before. She added that. Black VTubers came out and said, hey, this kind of makes me uncomfortable. And everybody the racism just came full-blown, full white knighting. Banana Juju got super insanely popular. Everybody was following her. People were absolutely shitting on any black VTuber that said anything about her. It was a whole situation. And then she immediately went down the path of right-wing grifting. Whenever she made that very first post she made with that model, I saw it early and I blocked her off of it. And I was like, I know what's going to happen. I know it. I already know what's going to happen. I'm blocking her now. I should have I feel like hindsight's 2020. I want to say I should have made a tweet back whenever it first came up of, if you see this, just block and move on. Do not engage. But I mean, people always engage. So I remember with these other bigger VTubers is that they will not hold people of color, and I want to really say specifically that black people in they won't hold them in good interest, I guess, and will always side with something that doesn't impact them. And so that's why I say I have to remember time and time again, these VTubers are white before they are a VTuber, because it is very unfortunate, but I don't know. I just feel that if people who constantly get harassed and have to shave their head because they can't wear dreads in workplaces and other formats, people who are actively being impacted by this in the real world, if they come out and say, hey, this makes me a little uncomfortable, you being white, specifically her being white, monkey, jungle-themed VTuber, to put dreads on that character seems like a kind of microaggression. For that to happen, and your response to that is, actually, I'm white, and I don't think nothing's wrong with it, and I like her design, so I'm gonna follow her. It tells me everything I need to know. It tells me everything I need to know. And so it's unfortunate, it sucks, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's why I was like, if I get canceled, it's probably for that sentiment, for that statement. Someone across her, yep. VTuber community don't be racist challenge impossible. Oh yeah, the whole AI art. She immediately went into right-wing grifting like that because it worked for her. It worked, and that's the audience that she built up. So she went down that path. People refuse to acknowledge this racism in the space because that'll mean they're admitting to the part of it. I believe Zin is Mexican. I'll be so honest. In that situation, it was a black versus non-black, rather than necessarily just white people or just a certain race. It was because black people feel the brunt of most all forms of racism, especially in the VTubing community. It is. Ain't even micro. It's just wholehearted and anti-blackness. Yes, yeah, it really is. I did the same and ignored her, but somehow I got rid of her praising AI. Yep. Y'all can't wear dreads to work? Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Aaron, are you not aware? Okay, hold on. Get canceled, but you're correct, though, Dot. Yeah. Yeah, she played into the hate. Absolutely. Fairly certain you have to run a VTuber studio in administrative racism mode to even get it cranked out. Oh, yeah. And that's the thing, it's like, I've talked about it before, but a lot of the big VTubers are racist. Or, like, they at least have shown that they have some bias in them. Like, people like, what's her name? Pippa and Fillion? Like, they are not innocent in this. They do have, they do show signs that they feel a type of way about people with a certain skin tone. It's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. Problem of problem putting them all together. It's hard. Yes. They had to put a law into place called the Crown Act. That isn't in every state. Prevents jobs from discriminating against people who wear their natural hair. Yes. That's if y'all aren't aware, whenever black people are coming out and saying like, oh, this person wearing dreads or this person wearing like braids and things like that, specifically box braids, specifically predominantly black hairstyles, when we have issue with that, it is because we get ridiculed and scrutinized and are unable to wear those hairstyles. But when a white person does it, it is praised and it's incredible, and they're breaking the norm and whatnot. And that's the issue, is that the same things that we do get us in like hurt, get us penalized, but other people can just do that for fun because they feel like it, and then we'll get praised for it. And that's what happened with the whole Banana Juju situation. Is that like people were just so People were so ready to rally against her or rally with her because she did something that made black people upset and like made, oh, what the, hold on, what was that? Oh, okay. And like made it uncomfortable. Like that's ostracized. Yeah, yes. That like I'm so sorry. Let me calm myself. I feel like I'm getting a little too heated right now. Fortunately, but still prevalent everywhere. Yes. So much VTuber drama. Oh yeah. It's really hard finding people who are bigots, which I really didn't think would be a problem. Oh yeah. Kardashian syndrome? Yes. That makes me so mad. We're told, yeah, our hair is unprofessional, ghetto, and dirty. But white people, like, and then that's the other thing, is white people will then be like, well, if I can't wear dreads, then you can't have straight hair. Like, my nigga, I only have the straight hair because you bitches made me do it. You bitches said I could not wear my natural hair, so I have to straighten it to conform to you. And also, can't stress this enough, straight hair is not a cult. That's not exclusive to you. That's not something that you have. Is your model 3D? It is. Hold on, where's my 3D? I rotate. That's how I prove I'm 3D. What the? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm sorry. The hair growing out of your head is not considered business casual. Yes. It's also hair that grows naturally, and a lot of it's just something that they can take on and off when they please. Yep. It's alternative or tribal. Exactly. Thank you for the Queen's Care package. I will drink some water. She has My Little Pony. What does that mean? Waist to wear? Wait. Oh, well, I'm pixelated right now. That's okay. I'll here. I can give y'all the full rotate. Here we go. Yes. But anyways. I digress from all of that. That's the whole banana juju situation. Hearing this shit made me so mad. I broke my fucking I'm so sorry, Zombie. That's to give that recap. And so like why I am disappointed but not surprised to hear that Alara was a fan of banana juju and said that. What if Lil Slim, thank you for the follow. Drag it back out the bakery. That's crazy. Listen, my models are inspired off of me. IRL. So, I'm just saying. I'll leave it at that. Anyways, if dreads were just normalized and everyone could wear them like any other hairstyle, I mean, you like I also say this, and I'll be honest, me personally, I do not believe dreads look good on white people. I'll be honest, because their hair is not really made for it. People just think you just don't brush your hair and you just like let it get matted and gross, and that's how like that's how the dread. It's a very meticulous process for black people, and our hair is specifically kind of made for that process, where white people's are not. Like, exactly, it's a texture thing. The texture of the hair is different in how it locks up for that. So I don't know. I've always thought it looks bad on white people, and a lot of times it fucking smells bad because they don't wash their hair. Like, they're not washing it. They're not actually maintaining it like you would for black, like, hair that is in locks. I swear they don't be washing it. Yes, Kai, I was already on it. We're locked in. We're locked the fuck in. Yeah, cause that's not the way that their hair is made. Yeah, the whole Vikings had the braids too. Like, they are not the same braids. And the same with box braids. The amount of white women I'd be so scared and cry because, surprise, the box braid put out your hair. That's it. That is it. It's you can't wash dreadlocks normally. Yes, you can. Yes, you do. That's the thing. We wash our hair with locks in. It is supposed to be washed. It's supposed to be maintained. And that's because of the way white people's hair is, the texture of their hair is not meant for that. That's why to get that style, they don't wash their hair. And like, it's a completely different thing. Yes, we do. We shampoo and detox our locks. And so that's And like that just goes to like point of it. Yes, Nick, we have to wash our hair. Oh my god. There are different hairstyles with twist locks of hair. Yes. I remember a while back people talking about the discourse of oh my god, don't get me started with the washcloth. Don't get me started with the washcloth discord. I'll lose it, Tommy. I'll lose my mind. You can still wash your hair. These are just protective hairstyles. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, white people's hair, it's a lot thinner. The texture of it is not made for that. Yes, like plaited braids are completely different from box braids, and box braids are not meant for the texture of hair that white people have. That's why it pulls out their hair when they take it out. I think a lot of non-black people don't realize those styles literally ruin their hair texture because it isn't meant for you. Yes, just put in regular braids if you want a braided hairstyle. Exactly. Also, hi Tuna, how are you? I'm glad you feel the same way. People just don't know how to wash their ass. Like, listen, yeah, don't deal. It's alarming. It's alarming how like many people don't wash their ass. You can unbraid. Yes. You can unbraid box braids. That's supposed to happen. Yes, and that's exactly like I don't mean this in a bad way to you, Aaron, but like what like you're experiencing right now is the fact that a lot of white people do not know. They do not educate themselves on these things and on these topics, and they don't even realize the reasons that it happens. They just think, oh, I want to do this, and I don't care about any repercussions, and they don't critically think about why these things happen and why these hairstyles are specifically made for black people. Our hair texture is different. It does not work on you for a reason. Simply have zero idea. No, and that's what I'm saying. It's nothing against you, but I'm saying a lot of people don't have, like, they don't know. They genuinely don't know, but they also never ask. And so you've done very well in being upfront about what you've thought and then asking questions to learn more. That's great. I love that. But there's like less than 2,000 black people in Poland, so I have no experience. And that's another thing is like, people talk about, oh, there's racism everywhere, this, that, and the other. But like, the racism I feel in other places outside of America are genuinely from a lack of knowledge and a lack of interaction, which like, I'm not giving as an excuse necessarily. These people all have the ability to learn these things, but there's a lot less opportunity and really incentivized like reason for them to learn these things because there's so little interaction on that point. Like if I go to Japan, for example, a lot of people, black people that go to Japan, they get asked, like Japanese people asked to touch their hair and whatnot all the time because they've never really had these interactions with black people. It's still not good and they still should be educated on it. But that's a different that's a racism from ignorance or like from lack of knowledge. Yeah, from ignorance rather than the racism in America that is spiteful. That is because like that is just filled with hatred. It's completely different things. Sorry, I'm behind on chat. Let me catch up a little bit. Does not belong in a beer. That shit looks nasty, especially if you're white. Don't watch that shit. This message has been brought to you by your token white guy. Viewers like you. Just do a French braid. Don't white people love that? Yes, no, for real. At least you sought to educate yourself. Yes, that's what I'm glad for. Also, someone with super fine texture hair. I feel incredible. You called out right now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I seen a woman keep her braids in for over a year and wondered why her hair was matting and everything. That's why you shouldn't be wearing them. Yup. Your fingers alone do not remove dead skin and dirt. No, you need a washcloth. Hey, look, because they get mats and it doesn't lock up. Yes, exactly. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with asking questions. And like, even as a black person, I still miss out on some context. And there are probably better explanations for just exactly how different the textures are and whatnot that even I don't like have necessarily, but I have a general knowledge of this that I feel confident enough to be able to explain these things to other people, you know? But it's not systemic racism. Yes, exactly. And like, yes. It's just racism born to ignorance. To your point of the Japan statement, they're just unaware that in black and indigenous communities have extremely high symbolism. Yes. Yeah. That hair has extremely high symbolism. Yeah. Intentional systemic racism here in America. Exactly. Going to college really opens your eyes to a right person that's, oh shit, I've only been surrounded by people who look like me. That's fucked. Yes. Oh my God, yes. And it's not only the whole being surrounded by like I've only ever been surrounded by people that look like me, but it's because of that, the mindset that a lot of people have, and that's a dangerous mindset, is because they have not seen these other people. They automatically, and not automatically, but they are trained to think less of these other people. They are literally trained and programmed by older people in their lives to think poorly on those that are different than them. That's the issue. That's one of the biggest fucking issues. Oh my god. Redlining may be illegal, but the effects are still there. Oh yeah. Redlining, fuck the gerrymandering that's going on, especially in Texas. Good God. Oh, also ad breaks are about to come in like 4 minutes, just to let y'all know. I just found out that I need a specific black beard oil. Yeah, the tea tree oil. Yes. I kind of feel free to wear a kimono, but you better not fuck around with the monks and shrine maiden attire. God, I want to go to Japan. I am a weeb. I do want to go for weeb reasons, but I also just I want to travel more. I've always wanted to like visit other places. I have my passport and I've just never left the country, so born and raised in a sheltered conservative family, so I really didn't learn a lot until I started thinking for myself, which started around the time I graduated high school. Yep, that's how it happens. But I'm so glad you started thinking for yourself. That's the issue, is that people don't start thinking from themselves. They never start to question or critically think about anything, and they just stay with the same things that they've been fed by other people. That's the problem. That's the problem. Poorly people and stuff, I always think, oh, new thing, yeah. It comes out on one of my favorite eye-opening things in my experience. Are you privileged or are you a category on the Pornhub? And I went, oh no. I too want to go for weeb reasons, not even weeb for real. I just love trinkets. That's so fair. I like wearing a kimono, but I hated wearing the shoes. Oh, I could see that. I love to go to Harajuku for the fashion. Yes. New culture means new food. Weirdly enough, the only country that Japan has a buddy-buddy relationship is Brazil, and even then, there are a lot of prejudice during that time. At the same time as relationships being built. When are we going? Listen, Tuna. When I'm not fucking broke. When I'm not broke, we go into Japan. I promise. There's no way I can actually buy and wear their clothes, but I love their fashion. Yes. Being white, I assumed other categories unless... Yeah. Spooky, you've given the revelation to somebody else. Yup. Exactly. Ads coming in about two minutes, maybe a minute 30. I don't know. Ads coming soon. So if you're not subscribed, you will get hit with 3 minutes of ads. I'm so sorry. Y'all know how Twitch is. Can't do shit about it. The code has been cracked. Happy to help. I think in general though, I believe we've probably gone over all of the Radiadora stuff that's out right now. Also saving now, hell yeah. I think we've gone over most of it. Flip a house, we go to Japan. Listen, we move to Japan. We get one of them houses out in the country. Build it up. Live out there. We stay and support the streamer through the ads. Thank you so much. I really need it. Oh, what? I went to Japan when I was in high school. I made a rule for myself not to buy any clothes because of how the sizes work over there. Oh, God, yeah. I can't fit any of the shit over there. I can guarantee you that. Listen, my ass is too fat. I'll be honest. I also just have some weight on me, but I'm blaming it on my ass. First Visa and MasterCard. Now it's new information. Damn. Humble brag. I will wait till Adora is fine. Yeah. Wait, let's move there. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. Me and John have talked about it a couple of times already. I don't think it'd be bad. In conclusion, though, on at least the CNC Cup is EU A Cup for bras. Oh, my gosh. Noted. Oh, hey, Art Thief. Welcome in. So far on the Radiadora situation, damn, the ad break. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have started that sentence just to get hit with ads. You should make shorts in addition to your tea time streams where you TLDR this stuff into like a minute-long video for people to get a short version of what's going on. I want to do that with this. That is a good idea. I also like want to wait for Adora's part to come out because I'd hate to give a TLDR one-sided in my mind. But I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. I might try that. I might try that with this. We'll see. We'll see. I can go down, so let's go! Oh, people don't realize that this is very well documented. A lot of countries in East and South Asia were blatantly taught anti-African rhetoric since the 1870s. Oh, yeah. That's why, like, it's from, like, a place of ignorance, what I say there. Oh, Tona! Thank you for the subscription. Oh, my goodness. Oh, what the? Oh, my, I was like, what is going on at the top of my chat? I forgot I set a new goal for 10 new subs. How about tentacle locks like Protos have, or those are fine. I don't, that's not, it's fake. Like that's the best way I can describe it. It's fake. I don't think those apply here. And like it's also kind of like based on other things. Like the ones that like Protos have are like more like coils because like electronics and stuff. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know. For me personally, it doesn't like impact, in my opinion. Oh, what the? 5:30 EST. That's 4:30 my time. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I love Daigi. Daigi is so funny. Oh, I'm waiting for the... Okay, I was like, what am I doing? I'm waiting for the ads to end so I can give my summary synopsis or whatever about the Adora Bunny radioactive situation. Trying to figure out about the whole Banana Juju. I also found out they have like an W page with AI art, but fork found in kitchen. So yeah, no, quite literally. Like I'm telling you, they just... As soon as they got that traction and everything, they just went hard right wing, supporting AI art, shit talking real artists and being like, oh, this is why, this is why people use AI art, is because real artists do this, that, and the other, and stupid shit like that. I don't know. I can't stand the bitch. I can very confidently say I don't feel like I've ever actually like hated another VTuber until I saw Banana Juju. I genuinely feel like I hate that bitch. Most other VTubers, I mean I don't interact really with too many other like VTubers, especially like people outside of like my spheres and spaces and like bigger VTubers, and a lot of them do really shitty things and whatnot. But like I do feel like I genuinely probably hate that bitch. Turning into something with no heart or soul could never be me. I don't know who most of the VTubers are because I'm not in the community, and I want to know who these people are. I'm like, damn, I just watched Jay and Iron Mounts because she streams late and long. That's so fair. Oof, you haven't been around these parts long. Hey, people who are obviously manipulative, sad grifters. Ethical gooning. Yes, ethically goon. Ethically sourced goon material is what we should be going for. Absolutely. Goon to the people that make that content for you. I mean, I literally put out a TikTok the other day. I'm not contributing to the goon economy. That's not what I do. I don't do any lewd shit. I know my model has big tits. It's just a female model or female body. If you're just going to any female body, please go touch grass. I'm begging you. Yeah, I need a hug. I think I'm okay. I think I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate it though. I think I'm holding it down pretty well, despite it all, despite everything going on and everything happening. I still feel like I'm okay. Are you okay? No, I am not actually. That was one of the things is I don't do lewd things. I don't interact with. I don't like want lewd stuff of my models either. On my website, I have my character fan art rules, which I plan to repost this. Oh my god, I didn't know I could click on that to make it bigger. I have my character fan art rules on yayjbait.com. It's at the top. It says fan guide. What you can do, what you can't do. That's why, yes, technically speaking, Femboy J is allowed in character fan art rules. I might regret that. I have regretted that, but it is allowed. But I do say the most lewd is just sexy dressed. I don't want taste naked or full in SFW. Not with other characters romantically. The only exception to that, like other characters romantically, is if it is with my husband Sona, because it's my husband. Which, because people did not realize, I have. Don't forget, chat. I'm always watching. Yeah, that's my husband right there. he is always aware. Yeah, no shipping. Though there's a canon ship. It is Xenia and Zix. I'm trying to pull up an image to paste in here, but I'm struggling so bad right now. Where can I put this to? Oh, this is okay. I figured it out. Here is, because my husband also has a human and furry form like I do. I did that on purpose. So y'all I will show y'all both of his forms. What do you say? Can I commission you Christian side hugging Hatsune Miku? Absolutely. You're married? Has known since day one. If I was a girl, I'd so have a husband. Congrats on your marriage. Thank you. Our 4-year anniversary is actually tomorrow. So, the first was Squig. When I watched a lot, didn't help with the Poppy Lochka. Oh my gosh, I remember about him. How do you say his name? His happy anniversary. Thank you. Yes, 4. Happy 4. We've been together for like 8 or 9 years now. But it'll be our 4-year like wedding anniversary. Can I open this in a new tab? Yes. So this is my human form and his human form together. Happy 4-year. Thank y'all. Oh, I have the perfect one. Well, I can show that one. I can show y'all another one here. This is his like furry form reference sheet. He is a black fox, and then I have the photo of our the one that I did for our wedding anniversary last year. Hold on. I can do this. Where is it at? Where is it? No, not that folder. Is it an extra? Is this alphabetically ordered? It is. Oh, thank God. Here we go. I found it. I found what I was looking for. The other Lich King. Yeah. Gold is very chef's king. Yes! We're already evil, undead, and snatched souls. We didn't need him to ruin our name. Y'all were meant to be in both for. Oh, thank you! This one. This is the other one. This is actually, I had this artist, Miggy Theo. I had him. Oh. I didn't realize it would zoom in. I had them actually redraw our Sonas over one of our wedding pictures. So this is like our Sonas, but like it's from one of our wedding pictures, and I love this. I love this image so much. It makes me so happy. And we wore crowns. We wore crowns at our wedding and everything. And like this is like what we were wearing. I'm so happy. I love this man. So yes, I prefer no NSFW stuff, no shipping, unless it's literally with my husband. Did y'all jump the broom? We did jump the broom. Stop, that's just, yeah! I freaking love creators who are married because it gives me something to hope for. Yes, and that's the other thing. That's like one thing I personally, and like I partially understand why this is, but I wish more creators would be very open about the relationships. Black love, yes. I wish more creators like would be more open about their relationships, and I understand why like some don't. I get the whole like wanting to stay private about it, but I also feel like to a point you are hiding that information because you know it would negatively impact you, and I personally wouldn't build an audience to where that information being out would negatively impact me. How do you sound out your name, please? My autistic brain keeps saying it looks like King Dingaling. That's how you say it. That's how you say it. That's exactly what it is. You're not. Your brain was spot on the money. Oh fuck. Oh, that's so funny. That. My dick. Oh fuck yes, that his screen name is King Dingaling. Is my autism a superpower? Oh fuck. Oh, I'm sorry. That's when you pull the pull door and it turns out to be a pull door. Oh god. That's been the name the whole time. That's been his name. And I want y'all to know, I asked him, I was like, babe, when did you make the name King Dingaling? Because, like, I thought this was a name he made up, like, as a kid and was just writing it out. And he was like, babe, I made that name, like, while we were dating. Like, I was full grown making that name. So that... I never put it together. Yes, that's his screen name is King Dingaling. Like, Chad's husband now, and I've never personally seen any battery. Yeah, every time. And that's the thing is, like, John ain't no way. Yes, that is he was a full-grown adult, making in his 20s, in his like mid-20s when he made that name. That is not. It wasn't, cause like, you know, some people have like their child like screen name that they kind of just still use. And I totally thought that was it. I was like, man, this nigga would probably like hit puberty and like around like 13 was like, ha, King Dingaling, and made that. No. If this ends up being my first clip of YouTube, I can't, no, there's no way. John's mind is on a different level. Oh my god. No, that was the thing. Like, I started streaming, like, and was very upfront about my husband from the get-go. And my chat was like, Uncle John, and like that's just his uncle, like he's everybody's uncle. And like it started with one person, and then it just spread to the entire chat. And they made a whole like fucking cult around him. They called themselves the Jonithians. There was a whole thing. I'll use my screen name from original Xbox when I was cooking as a kid. Yeah, that's what's that. That's how. That's the thing is like anytime I feel like it's like brought out too. If you have a community that respects you and likes you for you and isn't just there because they think they have a chance with you, if you come out and say that you have a partner, if you have a husband or something like that, they'll be glad for it. They will be ecstatic and they're like, hell yeah, he's ours. Like, so I don't know. My mom gave me my online username. That's a good one. All I know is John's red velvet cake is delicious. Oh, do I? I'm not going to show John's ass on stream again. I'm not going to do it. Ironically enough, another VTuber couple I know, the husband is actually a cultist. Oh, the character? That's so funny. I was like, yeah, that's cool. And I'm still like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah. My community makes Mimi ship art of me and my significant other. That's the thing. King John, the King Odysseus. I love my wife. That's the thing though, is like if you have, and that's why I say like those that do hide it, it's because they have built themselves up a particular type of community. And like again, I understand the whole privacy thing. I understand that, but if you have a community that's going to be upset that you have a partner or you have a significant other, the reason they are upset is because they wanted that role. They thought they could have that role. So finding out that role is now unavailable is why they're mad. If you don't build your community off of that, there's no concern there. My uncle's the reason I have this username. Nice. Oh yeah, Bisexual Crimes, phenomenal name. Whenever they first came into my chat, I was like, that's a damn good name right there. Bisexual Crimes. That's what I'm fucking talking about. But yeah, in conclusion, my fan art rules are on my page. You can check it out at YayJBeta. Oh my gosh, I have to ask my manager to update my page. You can no longer tap to order the Yay J Bay W Waifu Cup. It's sold out. I've had to like update so many things because I was not expecting this cup to like sell out for a while. I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting it to sell out as fast as like it did. So now all these things where I was pushing the cup, I gotta take it off. I don't remember how I got my username. It's a good one. Shovels. It's sick. My name was an inside joke between some friends. Oh, that's nice. My only regret is having someone beat me to the name on Twitter. I have it everywhere else except there. Oh, that sucks. I'm so sorry. No, not the cup. I know. I will say, because I do plan on doing a donathon during my birthday month in October, I am for sure going to be raffling off at least one, if not two, of the limited edition W Waifu Cups. Especially since they are no longer available. I got some extra ones just because I was like, one day these are gonna sell out, and I want to be able to give these to people that weren't able to get it. If I'm petty enough, I will just make it a business so I can have that username. That's fair. When are you doing marketable plushies? I'll be honest. I would absolutely love to do a marketable plush. Oh, thank you for the Queen's Care package. I would love to do it. I got my changing. If from my old user and wanted something catchy. It's good. It's a good one. Patty Beatrice. It's very good. If only the name Shovels wasn't taken on Twitch when I would remove the S and the 4 underscore. That's fair. That's very fair. I gotta stay hydrated. Return from lurking. Thank you! Oh, wait. Not to group all our most YouTube communities with a certain level of parasocialism, but either from an act from a streamer or community because they go to a level too far. Yes, exactly. Your model's adorable, and I would get it along with my Chopper plushie. Okay, I'll be honest with y'all. I hate to say it, and I very much know that I am a big VTuber in y'all's hearts, but I'm not big enough to make plushies. Plushies are very expensive, and you have to have, like, for most places that end up making plushies, you have to have, like, at least 200 people that are ready to, like, buy them. Like, if you do, like, a make ship, or if you partner with other places, it's, you have to have, like, you have to be pulling in really big numbers for a plushie, and so I'm just not pulling in the numbers for it. I wish I was, because I would love to do a plushie. I even got this little, somebody was doing, like, these little $5, like, turnarounds, like fake plushie turnarounds, and I got one. And tell me plushie Zedia is not fucking adorable. I would love to do this. But plushies are very expensive to make, so they need to something that's like well known in that is that you have to have a pretty big audience to be able to support the production of this, because like I think with a lot of the like production companies that make it, they make a like there's a minimum that you have to be able to sell of like at least like 150 or 200, and I don't got that yet in the future though. There I believe strongly I'll make it big. I'll show people that you don't have to be a shitty person to make it big, and we will get the Yay J Bay plushies. Last week that you can make multiple Twitch accounts on the same email on Twitch. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Look, that minimum order quantity hurts. I will buy 200 myself, Ollie. I appreciate the sentiment, I really do. I get 2 J plushies, one to sit at a throne and the other to tumble down the... What? To tumble down the stairs? What do you mean? I've had to work, had to have a great stream and day, Jay and Fred. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Betty. I hope you have a good day at work. Yeah, for plushies, I'm just not there yet. Don't worry, you'll get there in a few months. I hope I get there in a few months. That would be sick. You can still, I could make personal ones. I don't really have the like money right now because I'm unemployed and like Twitch is my only income. I don't have the funds to even make a personal one. Personal ones, I think from a lot of, if I just did like the furry form, because there are a lot of furries that like do make plushies or of personas. Those are around like I think like starting cost of one individual plushie is like 300, and And that's not including the fact that like I have like locks on my character has wings. It would be like a complexity fee that would probably pull it up to like 400 or 500. So if I did have the funds to like just fund an entire makeshift to buy like all 200 plushies and then sell them at cons, I absolutely would. I promise you I would 110%. All cute things tumble down the stair. No! I feel like YouTube is literally my income right now. Job market is terrible. Yep, exactly. But yeah, no, I would love to have YayJBay plushie. I'd love to be able to make a plushie for both forms. So if I had like a furry plushie as along with a human plushie, that would be phenomenal. That would be absolutely phenomenal. I think that would be so fun. I hear 2 J's. Yes, we'd have 2 of them. 2 Jay and Xenia. My temp job is my only saving grace from falling from for unemployment check. Yep. Man, this shit is rough. But it's okay. We're gonna make it through. I just keep one in a totally normal jar and take daily pics just to bait everyone with anticipation. The other one is to kick. Bro, why are y'all abusing me? Why are y'all wanting to abuse me in my plushies so bad? This is, maybe even if I do get big, I don't make the plushies because y'all only have evil intentions. Y'all are only talking about doing very mean things to me. I'm just a little guy. This is so fucked up. Y'all yeet me on stream. You make me bald. You beat up my plushie if I had one. This is sick and twisted. Fast food chain months ago, and they didn't even let me know I was let go for over a month. That's crazy. I didn't even do anything. Oh my gosh. If I got one, I would put it in a jar. Y'all better not put me in no goddamn jar. Put mine in the YayJBay cup. Exactly. Yeah, you can put it in the cup. Put it in the limited edition YayJBay Waifu cup. That's okay. The unholy job. No. Are we all unemployed? Yes. That's the thing. Is everybody's losing their job? Nobody's getting hired. We're all unemployed, or a lot of people are. Let me make sure I have her stream up and ready. I know she hasn't started yet, but for the future. There we go. JMA plushies, I'd put it next to my diploma. And the first beer I drank, oh my god, I feel so honored to be over there. That sounds incredible. Safe in the jar, your reaction is exactly what I want. No! It was about to say nobody said something about a jar, and then I had to re-edit it. Was going to say. Struggling to get one. Yeah, the world's on fire. How about yours? Yeah, my world's also on fire. Ice cream store that work at freaking Amazon. Oh yeah. Something I ain't working for Amazon, and I ain't working for the goddamn government. Those are my non-negotiables there. That's how I feel about it, at least. Oh man. Oh my god, did I ever even give my fucking synopsis? I feel like I kept saying I was gonna give my synopsis on the Radia Adora thing, and then I never did. In conclusion, the issues and situation going on with Radia Active and Adora Bunny. Adora's a bad person. I think Radia has some issues herself, but Adora's definitely a villain. I will be waiting until I think I've said before, I feel like it's a Democrat-Republican thing. Radia, they're both really shitty. One's just like very much worse. Adora Bunny is the Republican. Like they are very much worse. I don't think Radia is completely innocent though, and I want to see Adora Bunny's document in response to this to see what things I'm missing from the like full picture. Gogodaki, hi Taigi. What are you doing over here? Go start your stream. I know you start in 3 minutes. That's how bad it. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Oh, also, anybody in here? That's a crazy line to say, Taigi. I'm still wet. Oh. Oh my god. Put a pin in this drama for later, waiting for more information. Exactly. We're waiting. Listen, I know you showered. I know what the context was. It was crazy to say without the context. Very polarizing because they are one of the few mature group. Yeah. Still what Moise? No. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Slathered is crazy. Slathered's absolutely insane. Oh my goodness gracious. Can never go wrong with the hot, wet, and naked. Showers are a great thing. Are those flowers in your hair? They are! Yeah! I do have flowers in my hair. I want my new reference sheet so bad. I have a reference sheet in the work right now. Mature, yeah, air quotes around that. Listen, if y'all need a VTuber group to be a part of, you know, to be fans of, we've got the, oh, damn it, Tiger, you beat me to it. Yeah, we got the Fan Gang. It is the joint community between myself, Taigi, Wani, and Tuna. We're pretty cool. We know how to communicate to one another. I should check it out. Hang out there. We have fun. Everyone is girly pop or working by themselves. Listen, the Fan Gang, that's where it's at. That's the place to be. We all are very happy with one another. And again, I cannot stress this enough. We're actually able to communicate if we have problems. I'm very much in my box until Jay pulls me out. Yeah. So I bring more people over to Taigi, so we get her socializing more. That's my job, my role. I'm very happy with. I wear it with honor. Like whenever Taigi starts her stream, we're gonna be raiding over to her. But I gotta wait. We're being patient because she's still wet. Oh, let me not start. Taigi! Girl, don't make me shake you. Don't make me shake you. I got you. I got you right here. I got you right here. You know what power I hold. I could shake you so violently right now. Give you shaken baby syndrome. Do it. He said, uh-oh. If I don't get my Discord notification, do it. Shake me like I saw shaking. Shake it. We're shaking her. We're shaking her. We're shaking the baby. Shaking baby syndrome. What's more damage is crazy. I wish I started my clipping communities, YouTube communities, because there's so many of y'all underrated in the shows. Yeah. That is nice. I broke Wardo. Oh my god, Taigi, how'd you break Wardo? What happened? Girl, there's no way. I just had a seizure. No! Oh my god. Put her in the dirt. No, I'm not putting anybody in any jars. You sickos. We don't have jars around here, alright? We're not doing that. Alright? I'm side-eyeing y'all. You and your jars. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is cute. Alright, something. Put him in the jar! No! No jars. No jars. Oh, was there an update? My things have X's on them? Fine. I'll do it myself. What do you mean X's? Oh, yeah, they have an X whenever you have it disabled. That's all that means. So, like, if you enable something, it'll show up. Yeah. I think maybe because the, no, you're good. That's all the X means, is that it's currently disabled. I put all my precious things in jars. What's wrong with that? It preserves quality. I'm watching you, Ollie. I'm watching you. I was freaking out. No, they did update that. I think maybe, like, it wasn't clear enough if, like, something was, I will piss on your shoe! I don't know if it wasn't clear enough if something was enabled or disabled, so they added the X. I feel like it was a little unnecessary. And it also, like, scared me a little bit because I thought, like, it meant something was broken. But it just means it's disabled. I use the jars for snow globes. Oh my gosh, y'all, I haven't opened up Uma Musume today. I gotta race my horse girls. Oh, I forgot I was supposed to do this too. I meant to look at the Steam avatars thing. I got so many things I have to do. I got so much I gotta do. I still gotta put out a video. You're that short? Damn, that's crazy. Because she is short. Me and her are both short. I think I do have, like, I think 2 inches. I think I'm 2 inches taller than her. So, I take my wins. I take my wins where I can get them. There aren't that many of them whenever it comes to height. But I do take the ones I can get. Nobody ever knew about me like that until Tiffany. Kind of the fact that I knew too much about soul and jazz to not be melanated ever since then. I've been a bit more open about that. Oh, that's so cute. Shoes on 5-1. Yeah. The grab. I got the new horse on my first 10 pull. My luck is back after her. Wait, which new horse? What is it? Narita Taishin? Is that who's out right now? Have they changed the all the things that had to be the music? Yeah. She said, "I know what you are." You know, she had those shoulders and try to look like the kids from the Little Rascals trying to get into a movie. Oh my god. You got 8-inch boots is crazy, Monty. That was so unnecessary. You ain't gotta do us like that. You ain't gotta do us like that. Sick and twisted. I got 2 inches on her. Crazy. I think I do. I actually have 1 inch because she says she's 5'1". I'm 5'2". What do you want to take as a guess as to what music artist brought me out on that? I have no idea. I have no clue. I round up. Teddy Pendergrass? I don't know a lot of like jazz and soul music, so I don't know who that is. I'll be honest. I have to look them up. Dwarf calling the Hobbit shirt. Hey! All right. Watch it. We're fun-sized. Okay? Y'all are so aggressive with it. Y'all are so unnecessarily loud. For no reason. For absolutely no reason. I like jazz, but I'm more of an electro swing guy. Where's the fun? You know what? This is Montoma. We're shaking Montoma. We're giving Montoma shaken baby syndrome. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of his bitch ass. We're shaking Montoma and giving him shaken baby syndrome. Exactly. Bisexual crime gets it. No, because you want to talk shit. You get shook. All right? Watch yourself. Don't fuck with me. You get shook. Oh, Taiki opened up Marvel Rivals. The shaking begins. Oh yeah. I have several of my friends on here for if they make me mad. I got Taigi here. I got Wani. I got Montoma. I got Michi. I got Doodles. I definitely have Cinder. I shake that man so many times. I got Bonnie on here. I have Dismay. I somehow don't have Tuna. I'm surprised I haven't had to shake Tuna yet. TKO, close the door. We'll have you feeling like you're at the cookout of your auntie's house. Punting size? Oh my. Tuna doesn't deserve to be shaken. No, I think they've definitely done things to deserve being shaken. It just wasn't during my like stream times that they've done the things. So I haven't had to shake them on stream yet. Made Jay taller by lifting my monitor above my head so she can see out the There's no way. I Bro, what am I? What am I, a little fucking chihuahua to you? Have you seen those TikToks of people like lifting up like their small animal pet? Oh, like, and showing them places around the house they haven't seen. So like somebody's like picked up the chihuahua and showed them like the top of the fridge and like the like cabinets and shit like that. Oh my god. That is so funny. Lifting my head, lifting my monitor above my head so she can see out the window. Oh my god. That was my reference. Oh my god. A dude picking up his pit bull over the fridge. Yes! Why is Jay on the table? She likes to be tall. Oh man, oh my god. I can't with y'all. Y'all are so fucking ridiculous. Taiki's live. We're going to raid Taiki. I gotta get my first redeem, though. Give me the redeem. Give me the, there we go. I got the first in Taiki's stream. That's what matters. When Jay is gone, it's when John is gone, it's table time? Why is Jay in the air? She likes to get tossed. Yeah, Montoma, I got your bitch ass. I mean, we're in a small disagreement. He decides to put you on top of the fridge. It's like, until you calm down, you ain't get down. Oh my god, there's no way. Ooh. He is, my husband is about a foot taller than me. What the, Montoma? You mad because you didn't get first. That's what it is. You mad because you ain't get first. I got it. I would never recover. No, we don't. Luckily, there isn't that much space. Like, our fridge is, like, pretty tall. So there isn't that much space between the top of the fridge and the ceiling. So I don't think I could be put up there. But that's so fucked up. Until you calm down, you're not coming down from there. Oh, my God. My eye. I know. The bald. Oh, man, one of these days. 2 feet is enough. Whoa! This is so... You know what? Y'all are so mean to me. This is bullying of the highest order, the highest degree. I did nothing to deserve this behavior, and yet, I'm here putting in work, making sure y'all get the drama, y'all get all the tea. And what do I get in return? Bullied. Absolutely bullied for no goddamn reason. Figuring because we love it. Yeah, it's fair. To a woman, how much is enough? Okay. 24. A happy end to a stream. Thanks, chat. All right. That's enough. I've been pixelated. That's enough. I'm taking y'all out of here. Okay, there's the raid message if you are not subscribed. Here's the raid message if you are. I was gonna wait until her ending stream or her starting soon screen was over. But I'm just sending y'all over there now. Actually, what is she's on her for like 5 minutes? Yeah, y'all just wait. Taiki just started her stream, so just hang out, and then whenever she starts, y'all have a great time over there. She's gonna be playing Marvel Rivals today. We love Taiki Wagi in this household. Send her all the love. Thank you, everybody, as always, for stopping by. This was my last stream for the week, so I will catch y'all again on Monday, 7 p.m. CST, like usual. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. And let's get this raid started. Bye-bye!